And we are live. Hey, everybody, this is Roberto Blake, helping you create something awesome today. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a special treat. We're going to be talking about YouTube Shorts. There are some massive YouTube Shorts news and updates for you. I brought in my good friend Viper, the man about tech. We also have some other special guests for you today. So we're going to be doing that. We're chopping it up. And if you are watching the live stream and not the replay of this video, then welcome to the live stream. We will be prioritizing super chats. We will take some questions. We also want to remind you that you can get my new book, Create Something Awesome Today, How Creators Are Profiting from Their Passion in the Creator Economy. Will be linked in the description down below. But we have some massive updates to YouTube Shorts that we're going to have to talk about, Viper. I know people are really excited about that. We also have our friend Mr. Rightway hanging out in the green room. I'll bring him in a minute. But Viper, how are you doing today? And how do you feel about some of the changes to YouTube Shorts?
I'm feeling good, man. Now I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going to change. I've been hearing some rumors and speculation that are things could be announced this week. So what I will say is that when it goes down, I'll be one of the first to know. I can't really get into how I'll be the first to know, but I'll be one of the first to know. But yeah, if what I'm hearing is true, Roberto,
there's a lot of things that were leaked by the New York Times.
Yeah.
We can talk about the leaks, but I know the truth. I just can't confirm or deny certain things, but we can talk about the leaks later if you want to talk about the leaks. What I will say, to not tease certain things out too much, is some of the shorts updates that you may already know about, that you need to know about, are the adjustments to the YouTube Shorts algorithm, what YouTube is calling the YouTube Shorts bridge, where the short form content that people watch in YouTube will now promote your long form content in terms of YouTube Shorts.
Yep.
YouTube Shorts also now has a search feature, and YouTube Shorts also now appears in results for YouTube searches and Google searches. So these are massive algorithm updates for the YouTube Shorts algorithm and the YouTube Shorts features. You knew about these, right, Viper?
Yeah. They're definitely expanding the short platform. And yeah, it's going to be a big win for all short creators out there, even people that don't create shorts now, because as you know, I've even told you, I think both of us have had apprehension about posting short on our main channel, but with these changes, might have to start considering it a little bit.
Oh, definitely. I think with the changes that are out and the changes that are coming, that it's going to definitely change YouTube forever, and it's going to change YouTube Shorts forever. And I'm really excited about it. I'm also checking something over on the Creator Insider channel just to see if they've mentioned a particular thing that's coming out. So I was looking at that, but I also want to point out that with the YouTube mobile app, not the studio app, but the YouTube mobile app, that they've added new features to YouTube Shorts where you can turn any one of your videos into a YouTube short, and it will directly link back on its own to the long form video that it came from. So they are aggressively making a lot of changes to YouTube Shorts. The leaks that you're hearing about are about some expansions to YouTube Shorts monetization. I will not confirm or deny those leaks. What I will tell you is stay tuned to my channel and stay tuned next week.
Definitely.
Stay tuned for next week. Stay tuned to my channel. But I want to invite in a special guest. Mr. Rightway is another small YouTuber that has been helped by the community, been helped by the content on the channel. Welcome to the live stream, sir.
Hey, how you doing? Can y'all hear me pretty good?
We can hear you really good. I appreciate the drip, sir, between the Dragon Ball hat, the SmackDown t-shirt, and the epic gamer room you got going on. Why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself, Mr. Rightway, and your small YouTuber journey?
Well, okay, so I'm Mr. Rightway. I make content basically going out and showing people how to make or build your game room like the right way, the cheap way, the easy way. I used to hate my last name, but now I guess I'm getting used to it. Basically, I got a video coming out tomorrow talking about a huge score that I got in a pawn shop. A lot of folks don't know that you don't have to go to GameStop or go like Walmart or Best Buy, Amazon to get games and build your game room like this. I built this game room like with under $100 going to a pawn shop.
That's insane.
And flipping games and stuff. And like right here, it's like example of like huge $2 game, like this game right here. we all know people love Final Fantasy. This is a remake. You know, this is the collector's edition.
Yep.
Spoiler alert! I got this for $2.
Wow, that's insane. So see, that's an example of making unique content and not having to go all out even to make that unique content. And because yeah, and you use your phone and you use your phone as a small YouTuber. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Rightway.
Okay.
You've been watching, how long have you been watching my content?
Man, I think I found you like about 3 years ago, and I wasn't seriously doing YouTube. You know, when I got married, my wife is also a YouTuber. Shout out Zap Crystal, y'all go check her out. She took it so serious. I was like, man, nobody gonna sitting up and watching y'all YouTube and doing all this kind of, I was just making fun of it. So she said, why don't you use your connections? Because I used to be also a WWE photographer too.
Nice.
So I used some of my connections and I just started making videos because like years ago, I'm a photographer also just like you. I'm a wedding photographer and I left that way behind. If you already know wedding photography.
Yeah, we won't even get into it.
Oh my goodness. You have to be you have to have a personality. If you can handle wedding photography, you can handle YouTube. But anyway, long story short, I found your content after I started taking it seriously I guess I can consider myself a COVID creator, I guess. Nice. And I just started taking stuff seriously. I still don't know analytics. I'm still learning it, but I took every free content that people put out there, good content, and you can tell who's making good content and who's making bad content.
Yep. And you can tell. It is actually, we can get into that. You can tell.
It's hard. It was hard. I mean, I made my connections, you know, did my videos. Luckily, I took my skills as a photographer and an editor, and I used that. So I already had that done, but I didn't rest on it. Every day I sleep, eat, breathe YouTube. Sometimes my wife like, turn the phone off. I mean, really, I do. Right now, before y'all got on, I'm editing a video now. I'm editing a video for next week. I got like 4 or 5 videos for the next 4 weeks. I got ideas in my phone. I got 25 ideas on my phone. I got this, I got that. I'm taking what Roberto said. I'm taking like with every people who make this, people who are successful. I'm not taking, it's like you wouldn't take advice from a fat weight trainer, right? I mean, no fat shaming.
No shame to anybody, but I hear you. No, I get you.
Do that.
I get you.
I'm looking at success. I'm looking at people who had success, who are going somewhere, who are doing something, and they apply to
if you want to get to 10,000 subscribers, you're probably not going to listen to advice from someone who only has 3,000 subscribers
or 300. No, you're not. And
probably not.
And it's not knocking those creators because YouTube is hard.
No, not at all.
YouTube is super hard. But
if you have 0 subscribers, you can take advice. If you have 0 subscribers, you can take advice from someone who has 1,000 subscribers, and it'll be good advice, at least in terms of getting started. So far as that, not necessarily advice to be successful, but let's also talk about what YouTube success is. Because Viper, I want your opinion. I want you to chime in here. I always say that YouTube success is getting 1,000 subscribers and getting monetized because there are only 3 million YouTube partners and there's 100 million YouTube channels. So that's success. Anybody gets to top 10% in a career is usually considered successful, right? 90% of creators don't get to 10,000 subscribers. So I say that success is being monetized and having 1,000 subscribers, having 10,000 subscribers, and that's enough to say you're successful. Now, you're not wildly successful, but you are successful. And if you're making $1,000 on the internet, you're more successful at making money on the internet than somebody who makes $0 or $100 on the internet. So I say if you are monetized, you make your first $1,000, you get 1,000 subscribers, you get 10,000 subscribers. All of those are valid versions of success because 90% of people don't do it. What do you think, Viper? And then Mr. Rightway.
Yeah, I think really success comes down to the individual. This is something that I talk about a lot on Twitter, and I asked people a while ago, what does YouTube success look like to you? And most people, to your point, Roberto, they talk about getting their channels monetized. So right now, in today's age, most creators define success as having their channel monetized. So right now, it's 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 hours of watch time. Once you cross those thresholds, your channel is eligible to be monetized in the YouTube Partner Program. Yeah. But obviously, we both know that there are so many other ways to make money without even being in the YouTube Partner Program. So you can still make money and be successful and not be a monetized YouTube channel. So,
Oh, correct. But also, I don't judge people for how they make their money as long as it's not illegal. As long as it's not illegal, I don't really judge people for how they make their money on YouTube. Now, you'll have people who will do that, mind you. And YouTube actually just announced a new monetization update. I'm making a direct video about this. This one is public knowledge, so I'm not under NDA for this one. But YouTube just announced that YouTube is launching paid courses on YouTube. So guess what? YouTube corporate says that courses are a good way for YouTubers to monetize and make money. YouTube corporate says that courses are legitimate and they're going to put it directly on the YouTube platform and have content creators be able to sell courses directly to their audience. Now, I don't know about you, gentlemen, but I look at YouTube courses in terms of YouTube saying, oh, hey, you can sell courses on YouTube. The same way as YouTube channel membership. You can have a membership website, not pay hosting fees, not sign up a domain name if that's too complicated for you. You can have a membership site on YouTube. I view YouTube channel memberships and YouTube courses and YouTube super chats is no different than Patreon and no less legitimate than Patreon. What do you gentlemen think?
I think so. I think really that's really good because nobody really forcing you to buy any of this. We all do this. We all start. I know I started out doing this because I love it. I wanted to help people. I want to help my fellow people in my gamers in my games. You know, build a game room up. I don't want people going out there overpaying for video games. I mean, video games is a luxury that a lot of people want to have. So why not find a cheap and a right way to get that? And if I can teach courses on how to do that and people subscribe to that, that's great. That's really good. It's no different than going out and working a 9 to 5, which
no, exactly.
I don't want to do that. I'm retired. I'm from the military. I ain't gonna go out.
My dad was a Marine. That's why I'm the tough love guy. I got a little bit of drill sergeant Roberto in me. My father was in the Marine Corps for 27 years.
Yeah, I was in the Navy. I'm retired. I got hurt. So
yeah,
it's only certain amount of jobs I can work, you know. I can't work with people.
Oh, fact. I mean, that's part of one of the reasons I started, really pushing more content creators to be monetized and to also do the different monetization methods. YouTube doesn't always feel rewarding if you rely on AdSense. Both of you, I'm sure, know this, but there's other ways to monetize. Tech YouTubers, Viper, you and I both know tech YouTubers make their money on brand deals and affiliate links. And we know that affiliate links are the cousin of brand deals. And the difference is it's paid for performance and there's no contract. That's all that affiliate links are, is they're the younger cousin of brand deals. That's really what that is. And so selling your own products on YouTube is legitimate as long as the product is what it says it is. In terms of anyone saying, oh, well, nothing's guaranteed or results aren't guaranteed, nothing in life is guaranteed. You go to high school, you go to school for free, K through 12, you're not guaranteed a better life directly just because you did that. You pay money, thousands of dollars for college, go into debt, you're not guaranteed a better life. Now, I do think most people, obviously, if you graduate from high school or college, on average, most people might do better than they would have in theory, and that's fine. But I also just think that, I think that people really just have a misunderstanding about what their complaint is. And I think that what you'll find is most people who buy coaching or courses, most people are not unhappy with what they purchased. That isn't the same thing as saying they have these great results or they're massively successful. You buy video games that you never beat sometimes. Oh, that's just a reality. So it's just about, are you satisfied or not? Paying customers answer that all the time. And when they're not, they get refunds. They refund stuff.
Roberto, I have a question. Help me out with something. So you just talked about how YouTube is launching paid courses. So when you said that, I thought that YouTube themselves were launching paid courses, but listening to you, it sounds like they're allowing creators to put courses on there or have them mirrored.
Yes, so let me explain that. They're going to let creators sell paid courses on their own channel, just like YouTube channel memberships. They're going to be able to sell. They're going to be able to sell paid courses on their own YouTube channel, and they're making a new interface. It's going to be structured content. They're going to go through the lessons. It's not going to have the interface to recommend you other videos and distract you. You're going to be able to go through the lessons in order. They're also going to be expanding the community tab to include quizzes. They're going to have the community tab include quizzes. So this is a massive update. This comes out in 2023. I'm going to try to get into an early beta for it. This comes out in 2023. Now, I know some people are like, oh, you can learn everything online for free. I'm like, I beg to differ. Some people can. I probably can, Viper can, Mr. Rightway can. But if people in a classroom with a teacher and some hands-on learning can't always get the material, I don't think it's a fair thing to say that everybody can go to Google and YouTube and learn on their own. Not everyone can do that. And some people don't learn the same way as other people. So
Okay,
I think that's just cap.
let me jump in here and quell the nonsense real quick. So yeah, I've heard the argument that yeah, you can get your the course stuff, you can find it free online, and maybe you can. However, how much better is it if you have somebody that has had the experience that you are trying to get, and they put the information that they learned along their way, they curate it and put it all in one place to make it easily accessible to you. Yep. Is that not worth your time and money? Because I think that's worth your time and money.
I'll make a further point. In terms of research, anyone can research for $0. Our friend Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD, YouTuber with 16 million subscribers, he has a paid, dedicated staff employee that sits there and does research and writes outlines. He could do that for $0. Instead, there's an employee making probably $60,000 a year to say, no, I'd rather pay $60,000 a year to have someone research 100 of my videos than do it myself, because my time is too valuable to waste hunting through the information when I can spend it doing other things. You can get free information all the time, but somebody else who spent hours to curate information for you, it's valuable because you didn't have to spend the hours to curate the information, pick and choose, do all of that. It's outlined and it's done there for you. There's a reason to pay. I could save a ton of money and I could mow my own lawn. I'd rather spend the 2 hours doing something else. Mm-hmm. That's just facts. So there's a reason to do something. And again, no one has to buy anything. People can buy what they want. I believe that people who are grown adults can spend their money however they want. And I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to cap and just tell them that the only reason they're doing it is because they've been suckered in, because like you need to talk to people and figure that out. There are some people who fall for scams, but you can't just sit there and take a whole group of people you've never met and say that they're all morons and they've all been scammed and I am smarter than everybody else. And I think both of you know part of what I'm alluding to. Yeah. But I want to get to this. I want to get to this super chat. Retro Completion says, Roberto, just a question. Does your YouTube starter kit also work for gamers? The YouTube starter kit is 100 Photoshop templates I sell for 99 bucks. It's for anybody who just struggles with their own thumbnails. If you're a gamer, there are some templates in there that might be able to help you. But I really think that gaming is a really specific type of thing. And I feel like for gamers, I think gamers struggle probably some of the most with thumbnails. They do. I think that if I was a gamer, I would probably just be hiring someone on Fiverr to do illustrations for my gaming thumbnails, to be honest. So it's not that I don't think the YouTube starter kit is worthless to a gamer. It's just that if I was trying to be competitive with YouTube thumbnails as a gamer, and I knew I wasn't good at it and good at Photoshop, what I'd be doing is I'd be paying an illustrator to make me unique thumbnails that can't be duplicated in any way to do that. Now, that might be out of reach price range for somebody, but that's just what I would do, to be honest.
Can I jump in on this one? Because I can personally relate to this. I suck at, that's one thing. I always hated Photoshop as a photographer. I hated Photoshop. I would try to pay somebody or I would just struggle myself. The Adobe Curation Studio is so good. I mean, it's good for like creators, gamers, if you're teaching, doing all that kind of stuff. I use Adobe Spark. Adobe Spark is like this template type of deal. Look it up. You can get your thumbnails. I love it. And it's part of the Curation Suite, so I don't know how much it is. I think it's like $10. I guess it comes with the Curation Studio, but I love it. I didn't know anything about thumbnails, and that is like copy and paste. It's like cheating. It's so easy. So if you're looking to try to get something on yourself and try to, build your skill set up, the Adobe Curation Suite is a great investment. Look, I pay for stuff so I can get better. I mean,
facts.
You need stuff to get better.
You know what? People who do, I want to ask both of you. There are the people who can beat people who pay for things with free stuff are the exception. They're not the rule, right? Mm-hmm. Like if you go to school and somebody is just doing everything for free in school and they're winning, they might be very, very intelligent, very, very smart. But a lot of people that get the scholarships and stuff like that, don't they hire tutors and don't they go to cram school afterward? And don't they do a bunch of this extra stuff and spend money? Don't they go? And I used to work at the bookstore at Walden Books when it was before Borders rebranded everything. I worked in the mall when I was a kid. Unlike a lot of these kids that back in my day, a bunch of spoiled brats.
You
It's
work?
like, I worked. Yeah. Actually, I'm 38 years old. So like I actually have worked longer than some of my critics have been alive. Like, because it's always some 22-year-old kid who's never done anything. But I'll point out this. There used to be a thing where all these kids and their parents would come in and they buy these $200 course guides for the SAT and ACT.
Oh my
And
God.
all they're trying to do is get another 5 or 6 points off of the practice text, because that 5 or 6 points extra is going to get them a scholarship that's going to better their life. And then once they do that, they know that they're like set on the path that they want for the career field that they want or the school of their choice. And they spend hundreds of dollars on this, right? Now, there are people for their hobbies even that don't even, it's not even going to affect their future. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, Warhammer 40K, video games, all this stuff. I'd spend hundreds of dollars a year on hobbies that could never make me money. So again, I don't have an issue with people doing stuff for free, but don't hate on people who spend money to have a competitive edge either. And don't hate on the people who are doing supply and demand to the market.
Roberto, I love what Renee Ritchie said in your Twitter space the other day. Think about it like this. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Renee coached under a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor, which means he got hands-on training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Now think about somebody like Renee who has hands-on training from a certified, experienced Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor going up against somebody who watched a bunch of YouTube videos online. Right.
It's a massacre.
That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. Thank you for proving my point. Thank you very much.
But I also think it's a entitlement. Since I've been doing YouTube a little while, and I had a YouTube channel. I did it 10 years ago. I look back like, woo! I just put
Everybody did that.
Yeah, and I love tech and stuff like that. I did tech videos back in the day. iPhone. Everybody.
Oh, nice.
iPhone,
Yeah, me too.
iPad, and one of my. If you go back on my channel, you see one of my photography videos got like over 70,000. Like, where did this come from? But anyway, long story short, it's the entitlement. I don't like this entitlement. Like, I'm owed this. You're not owed anything. You're not owed success. The only thing you owe is an opportunity. YouTube gives you an opportunity. Remember, this is their platform. They can get you off anytime they want, and you won't say nothing.
Oh, well, I was talking about that with Nick and Deem Nimmin, is that censorship happens and the goalpost on it moves every year. I've seen terms of service for all the platforms. Censorship moves every year. You better have your own email list. You better have your own website. You better have your own products. You better have your own services. You better have multiple revenue streams. You better have multiple payment processors. You better diversify and decentralize everything, because you just never know. And it depends on also what country you live in. If you live outside the United States of America, your government could move the goalpost and shut down your access to certain websites. That's happened to a lot of my friends overseas, is that the government will shut down their websites for a while. I have friends in another country. I'm not going to name the country, and no, it's not Russia. I have friends in another country. Whenever certain person from the government speaks or whatever, YouTube gets shut down so that people cannot live stream when that person is. The government will shut down YouTube or social media or whatever in certain countries. And there's all kinds of craziness happening too. And there's some new things that I can't talk about yet that are going to come through on the tax situation. I think for the creator economy, I'm waiting till Q1 to confirm some things. And I'm talking to some people in the YouTube lawyer space, some people in the accounting space. But I think that we could look at our tax situation potentially changing next year, but I don't want to say and commit to saying anything until I get confirmation on certain things.
I hope it's good, because I hate using PayPal. I stopped using PayPal and all that kind of stuff. The
PayPal fees went up. The PayPal, did you see that the PayPal fees went up?
No, the fees went up.
They went up because they removed the cap that they had. Remember how they had a cap where it'd be like 1%, but it'd be up to a certain amount? Well, now there's not an upper limit. So now they don't have a cap limit when you transfer from your PayPal to your bank account. When you transfer from your PayPal to the bank account, that limit is no longer there. So now they just take a higher percentage overall. So the fees have gone up for PayPal. So again, diversify your products, your income streams. Get an email list going, get your website going, make multiple streams of income. Look, I'm not going to be out here and say, oh, just do art for the love of it. You can if you're a hobbyist, or if you want to express yourself. There's nothing wrong with being a hobby creator. But if you want to make money as a side hustle, my content's for you. If you want to be a career content creator and potentially go full time, my content's for you. If you just want to post what you want, my content's not for you. If you just want to do it as an art expression hobby, my content's not for you. Do not take my YouTube advice if you're a hobby creator, or if you just think YouTube is luck, or if you want to do YouTube for the art of it and you want to make art. I do not make content for people who are making an art portfolio anymore. I make content for people who are building a career portfolio, not an art portfolio. And there's a difference. And I used to be an artist. I used to be a starving artist. I know better. I know better. I was a starving artist. I used to try to do art and not make nearly enough money to survive. I know better. And that's why I teach people, because if you know better, you do better.
I want to go back to something that you said a few times, Roberto, about content creators and making money. I've heard you say multiple times that in relation to the creator economy and how people treat the creator economy, as far as there being a taboo that creators should get paid. You said that part of the reason why there's a taboo about creators getting paid is because creators themselves do not respect what they do as far as being content creators that make money.
No, they don't. No, creators do not respect what they do enough. Everybody undercharges for their brand deals. Even people you would think shouldn't be undercharging for their brand deals are insecure. Creators are massively insecure, and that's a big problem in the creator economy. Creators are too insecure about the business, about the money, about feeling like a sellout, all these things, and it means they're disrespecting the craft, because we deserve to be as successful as any other career profession. What we do is just as valid. We serve thousands of people just like any other business, any other service provider, any other entertainer. Why don't we get paid and respected? Why is it an embarrassment to say you're a content creator? Why is it, if people ask you what you do for a living, why does someone have to be embarrassed to say I'm a content creator? Or why does someone have to be embarrassed to say I want to be a content creator for a living? Why does someone have to be embarrassed by that? You do know that most people don't get to become coders or engineers, but nobody laughs at that. You realize that even if you say you want to be a doctor or lawyer, you realize the far majority of people don't become doctors and lawyers, even if they try. The failure rate for being a doctor or a lawyer is just as high as the failure rate for being a successful YouTuber. Absolutely. Plenty of people go to law school, and even if they do, most doctors and lawyers in America are not rich. Most doctors and lawyers in America do not make six figures. They don't make six figures, Viper. Most people don't realize how underpaid pediatricians and public defenders are. Most people have no clue about that pediatricians, public defenders, doctors, lawyers, a lot of them are massively in debt, don't make more than 75, 60, 75K a year. They have these massive debts, and then they have lifestyle creep because they have the job title. People expect them to look, dress, and have a certain type of car. And so then they have this lifestyle inflation too. It's really bad. I know a lot of people that's the case. And so do both of you. Both of you know that and everything like that. And it's especially worse in the Black community in terms of professionals who then try to keep up with the Joneses and not look lesser than their counterparts. So we know that.
He was speaking about that. Excuse me. He was speaking about that in our community. And like, you do YouTube? What is all that about? You know,
God,
it's not glamorous. Wait a minute, hold on. You nerdy, do all that stuff. What you just talking from? And I thought that before. You know, it's just like when you start doing it, you see how it's a real job. If you want to take it seriously, if you want to do as a hobby, like we all have done at one point, that's fine. Get on. You know, make your rant videos, say this, you know, talk about this, talk about that. Don't worry about copyright claims, all this kind of stuff. I mean, we got to worry about so many things. And, you know, when it's the worst thing to happen when you get a copyright claim from like 5 years ago. I mean, what is this? You know, it's not making no money, but just little mind tricks that messes with you and stuff like that. It's not as glamorous to say I'm a YouTuber. We all can't be Logan
It's
Paul,
not respected.
You know?
It's not respected unless you make it and you're a millionaire. Even if you have a silver play button and make six figures, some people still won't respect you. They still won't respect you. They don't respect you unless you're famous. So it's like, I'm like, why? And the community itself, the community sometimes embarrasses itself because the community sometimes creates the same stigma that the outside world creates around being a content creator, and talks about, and that's a lot of people projecting their insecurity because they didn't make it, or because stuff didn't work out for them. But then when you audit them, by the way, and I do this all the time, I audit people who criticize me and criticize YouTube advice and criticize creators. I audit them. And you know what I've seen It's a bunch of people who never actually follow the advice. It's a bunch of people who do things like they make 5 YouTube channels and then wonder why they're not successful. You have 5 YouTube channels. You've been doing it for 5 years. You didn't put all your effort into one channel like your favorite creators did. PewDiePie didn't make 5 channels. Markiplier didn't make 5 channels. They focused on one channel at a time and they did stuff later. People that have teams get to have multiple channels. Sometimes after you made it, you get bored like me, and then you keep making channels every year. Like, but like when you want to get there, you focus, and you do one thing. Just like you can't play 5 sports at once. That's stupid. That's like, why would you do that? You won't be good at any of them. You can't play 5 instruments at once. That's stupid. You won't get good enough at any of them.
I could be Bo Jackson and Prince, man. Come on now. They did.
You can't. You can't. So like, that's the thing. It's like, I've always been the guy who's harsh and has told you it ain't for everybody. I spit the data on 90% of people not getting 10,000 subscribers all the time. And all the time. I think I'm probably the most discouraging YouTube coach. I've been accused of killing everyone's dreams. So it's like, it's one of 2 weird criticisms with me. And I'm going to show you all the data. I'm going to show you all some data. We're going to answer some super chats on exactly how I got to 100,000 subscribers. I don't think I've ever shown this outside of Twitter before. I'm going to show you all exactly what happened. 3 years, 790 freaking uploads. I'm going to show you what I did in analytics. But I'm going to tell you this. Something that I get accused of is one of 2 things. Either discouraging small YouTubers because I don't want competition, or I'm selling hope and false dreams and snake oil. I'm like, which is it? Am I crushing the competition and making people quit YouTube every day? Or am I selling hopium so that I can funnel people to my $99 product or to the course I don't have yet? By the way, the course I don't even have yet. By the way, if I only was in YouTube to make as much money off of insecure small YouTubers as I possibly could, then if that were true, I wouldn't have spent 9 months of my life writing a book that I sell for $15 and make $6 on. I would have sat there and spent 9 months making 3 courses that sell for $600 a piece. That's what I would have done. And there's nothing wrong with selling courses. One of the best YouTube courses that exist is Graham Stephan's course. Another one is Ali Abdal's course, and they're not cheap. But guess what? Nobody makes videos complaining about them because they're actually really good courses. And they actually are legitimately helpful. And no, 50% of the people who take the course will not be full-time YouTubers and will not be successful. By that same measurement, every school in America would be shut down and every college in America would be shut down. So that's a ridiculous claim. I know even big YouTubers have made the claim of, oh, well, if the courses were so good, why aren't 50% of the people who take them big YouTubers and making 6 figures? And oh, if you show me that, then I'll delete my commentary. But the thing is, you can't even judge the campuses in America by the standard that they judge YouTube coaches, YouTube courses, online programs. If you hold that same scrutiny, even to the public education system, you will have to shut down every school in America and fire 90% of the teachers in America.
The other problem, Roberto, is that a lot of small creators compare their day 1 to Marquez Brownlee's or Mr. Beast's day or year 10. And you cannot compare your day 1 to
I'll
their
tell
year
you
10.
about their year 1. You don't compare yourself to those YouTubers, but if you do, compare it to their year 1. Because here's the thing. People will cry. Small YouTubers will complain about not getting anywhere. And they'll make 100 videos, 150 videos, have 3,000, 5,000 subscribers. Okay, Mr. Beast made 100 videos. He only got 760 subscribers. Go look it up. Go look up Mr. Beast 100 video celebration. He only had like 760 subscribers for his 100 video celebration. So he didn't even get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you make 100 videos and you get to 1,000 subscribers, you're doing better than Mr. Beast. PewDiePie made 100 videos, and his 100 video celebration video, he said he only had 2,500 subscribers. So if you make 100 videos and you get to more than 2,500 subscribers, your origin story is a better origin story than PewDiePie himself. Marquez didn't even get 100 subscribers. You could be a small YouTuber, make 100 videos, and you could have a better origin story than 3 gods of YouTube. But you may not have a better ending than them. You might have a better chapter 1, but not a better chapter 100. And that's the thing that people don't understand, because they're comparing chapter 100 instead of chapter 1, and then they're getting discouraged. And that's stupid, because if you go and you watch the 100 video celebration videos from these creators, you have people, they've made 500 videos, and they're upset that they have like 30,000 subscribers. Mr. Beast made 460 videos to get to 10,000 subscribers. You have people who made 200, 300 videos. They have 10,000 subscribers. Mr. Beast had to work 2 or 3 times harder than them to get the same amount in his beginning. But what he did was he learned something else about his content and applied it to his journey, because he only had to make another 200 videos or 100 videos, 150 videos, something like that, to go from 10,000 to 100K. And so that's the difference. And by the way, Flawless Sense. Yes, you can sell your own products on YouTube Live. That is another new YouTube monetization update for live streaming that I'm going to be covered. We have tagged products now. If you're monetized and you're in the YouTube Partner Program and you do a live stream and you sell products connected to your Spread Shop, Spring account, or your Shopify store, you can tag those products in your YouTube Live account. You have to go to the monetization tab for that video before you're live or during your live stream, turn on monetization, click the shopping tag, and then you can tag products and display them. But I want to show both of you something, gentlemen, and I also want to show the chat this. I did a thing where I pulled the data from, like, I did the summer of 2013, which is when I was a small YouTuber in 2013. And you can say I made no money on YouTube. I made no money from YouTube back then. So this is 2013 through 2016 August. This is when I started taking YouTube seriously. I had my account and I just commented on other people's videos. I didn't upload, just like you back in 2009. I had an account back in 2010 with my friends. I had another account, didn't do anything with it. So you can see my YouTube journey. This is my YouTube journey. It's just this ramp. And I never went viral. All these spikes are like not even that impressive if you look at the graph here. And so this is my YouTube journey. And you can see that a lot of what I did, yes, 2 of my videos are like, one's video editing. I put YouTube in the thumbnail, but one's video editing. And they were like at 2015. But notice that after those videos, it's not YouTube growth. Out of my top 10 videos, 2 of them are YouTube growth, and they're not that superior to all the other videos that I did to grow in that time. And in terms of YouTube growth videos, back then, I could talk about getting 100 subscribers because I already had 30,000 subscribers when I made that video. So that's why I could talk about it. But all of my stuff here, it's make money online with passive income, working from home specifically, laptop buying, graphic design software, graphic design school, graphic design portfolio, web designer, at-home business, because I was working from home as a freelancer. So it was mostly start a freelance business at home, color correcting in Adobe Premiere Pro because I'm an Adobe Suite Master. And if you look at in advanced mode, my YouTube journey, I'm going to show y'all something very interesting. I'm going to show y'all that I look at in that time period, look at how many videos I made to gain 125,000 subscribers. Look at how many videos I had to make. I had to make 960 videos. I had to make almost 1,000 videos.
And some people here complaining about they made 30.
They made 30, they made 100. It's like I ain't get nothing in like, if you look at like my channel and you look at the growth and you look at if I add like how many subscribers I was getting, I didn't get anything at first. It was all slow gains. It was all slow gains. And it was all momentum. And again, a peak where you see these spikes mean I only got an extra 400 subscribers in a day. That's all a spike is. There's no going viral for me. I never went viral. Nobody goes viral hardly. Not anymore. Not without YouTube Shorts, mind you. Not without YouTube Shorts. Today, if I was a small creator starting out, though, I would be doing YouTube Shorts. If I was a small YouTuber, I'd be doing YouTube Shorts every day because as a small YouTuber, I have nothing to lose. So going back to our YouTube Shorts conversation, today, I would be doing YouTube Shorts every day as a small YouTuber because I have nothing to lose and I could go viral for those shorts. But if you look at even the content that I grew from, even if we judge the content by, well, what videos gave Roberto subscribers, during that time, the video that gave me probably the most subscribers was this graphic design school video. There was a YouTube subs video. And then it's web design, graphic design, make money at home, best video editing software, video editing in Premiere Pro, top mistakes new and young YouTubers make. But that like is abysmal compared to the design videos. Yes, how to get 10K. I had more than 10K, so I could make that video. gadgets, how to become a freelancer, Mac versus PC. That did really well for me. Fiverr logo design, small business. Yep, 0 subs, but I got almost no subscribers from that. You see, it's like compared to the other stuff. Adobe Premiere Pro, that got me more subscribers. So I got more subscribers from my expertise in graphic design, video editing, making money online, making money from home, working from home, portfolio stuff. You can see what built my YouTube channel. I could have done no YouTube related content and I would still have gotten 100,000 subscribers in 3 years with no YouTube related content because I didn't even get that many subscribers from it.
It's one brick at a time. I want to ask you something about the YouTube Shorts thing.
Yeah, let's talk about YouTube
And when we
Shorts.
talking about in your space the other day, I had said I deleted a lot of my shorts because they was underperforming, and I think the algorithm had messed up some things because I had like a horrible last 2 months. I had a horrible 2 months, but I was doing. It was like recommending. It was just weird. I think a lot of people had that thing. But anyway, will shorts start paying more money if, say, you start getting like a million hit subs? I'm not subs,
Yeah,
hit views and stuff. Will they start paying more on the shorts?
they do from the Shorts Creator Fund, but I have a problem with creator funds in general. This is my beef with TikTok and with creator funds is that creator funds are this pool of money and then it just like it goes to the top performers mostly and then it trickles down and that's nothing for the not top performers with the creator funds. So I'm glad YouTube Shorts paid creators something for just getting views or whatever at all. But the problem I've always had is I don't think creator funds are the same thing as really making creators a partner and equitable. Because the way I like the YouTube partner program is we get 55% of whatever YouTube makes on ad revenue from our content. That's a partnership. And we are the big partner in that. We get 55%. So that, for me, is what makes it appealing to be a YouTube partner because YouTube does not succeed without us. And in the last 3 years, YouTube has paid out $30 billion to content creators, and no platform can make that claim. So I don't like creator funds at all, to be honest with you, but I am excited about YouTube moving beyond, creator funds with shorts. And then, that announcement will come next week. People can speculate for now. But I also like things like super chats, super thanks. Super thanks exist on your videos so that you can have people donate to you just like they do on Twitch, just like they do on Patreon on your recorded video content. If people want to pay you for your content, then they should be able to do that. And that's another reason, again, I don't have anything against people monetizing however they're going to monetize in terms of how they make their content. So that means that if somebody is making money depending on how they chose to monetize their content, I don't judge it. I'm not going to sit there and I'm not going to judge how somebody makes their money from their content as long as they're not doing anything illegal. But the other thing is YouTube is expanding monetization. So we already know that they're going to have the ability for you to sell courses. They expanded the ability for YouTubers to sell their own digital products with Shopify and the YouTube partner integration with Shopify. Spring and Spreadshop are going to start letting people sell digital products. So YouTube's own in-platform integration says, hey, creator, if you want to make extra money, we got ad revenue for you. We got YouTube premium revenue for you. We got YouTube Shorts Creator Fund for you. We've got YouTube Super Chats, Super Stickers, Super Thanks. Hey, creator, you can sell your own merchandise, but you can also sell digital products with us through Spreadshop, Spring, and Shopify now. Hey, creator, we're going to let you sell online courses without buying a hosting platform. Hey, creator, you don't have to go build a membership website and figure all that stuff out on your own with WordPress or Kajabi or Teachable. You can do it right here on YouTube, have a membership, let people pay you every month. YouTube said, hey, come to us. Don't go to Teachable, Patreon, Kajabi, whoever. Stay on YouTube with it. YouTube saying, oh, sell courses here, sell memberships here, sell digital products here, sell physical products here, take donations here. YouTube is telling you that these are legitimate ways to make money. Listen to YouTube, even if you're not going to listen to me. YouTube is integrating stuff with YouTube shopping and YouTube live shopping to where don't be shocked if one day YouTube, because of Google shopping, has an affiliate link thing built in to YouTube. Don't be shocked if YouTube and Google come up with their own affiliate program, just like Amazon. Don't be shocked if that comes. But everyone's going to say affiliate marketing is a scam until YouTube does it. Until everyone's going to say affiliate marketing is a scam. Then YouTube is going to drop Google affiliate shopping links one day, possibly. No spoilers. This is not tea, but this is speculation. But when they do that, because they stand to make a lot of money if they do that, especially since Google shopping is integrated into Shopify, why wouldn't they? Well, all of a sudden, YouTube is legitimizing that. Then no one's going to cry about affiliate marketing anymore. How are you going to cry about affiliate marketing, membership websites, courses, and donations when YouTube is putting all of these things in their platform? They're telling creators, we want you to succeed and make money. I have a problem with TikTok because TikTok doesn't give creators a percentage of the money that TikTok makes. YouTube gives us 70% of every super chat, 70% of every membership, probably will give us 70% on the courses. Maybe it'll be more. Gives us 55% on all the ad revenue. When we don't make ad revenue, they pay us for YouTube Premium if people are paying YouTube Premium and watch us. YouTube's out here fighting for the bag for creators, and YouTube built the creator economy.
Literally.
I mean, it's a good way to it's a good thing to make money. YouTube has helped out so many people during the pandemic. I saw so many creators, so many people. Even what I do, I'm helping people in their passions and in their careers, even just going out, learning, selling and reflip and doing stuff like that. It's I don't see what's the hate, the jealousy, all that kind of stuff. Just work
you say it yourself
hard.
Is jealousy.
Huh?
Well, you said it yourself, it's probably jealousy.
It's basically jealousy. It's just hard. Just work hard. Everybody is not going to make it, but like you said in the beginning, how do you label success? What do you see success is? You can't look at somebody else's 12 million, channel and say, "Oh, that's success." No,
if I'm not that,
success for me at the beginning was hey, I got monetized and I can buy the new game coming out. That was good, and then it grew from there. I never did this. This is one thing I always tell people: don't do YouTube to be rich. Don't do it, because if you do YouTube to be rich, you're gonna be chasing this dragon that you would never ever.
Most people need to understand that unless you have very specific circumstances, you don't need to be rich to be happy.
No, you don't.
Now, some people do. Most people do not. Most people don't need to be rich to be happy. Some people do need to be rich to be happy, though. No cap. No cap. I think people for whom happiness is mostly freedom based, like freedom and liberty. If people have a personality where they really care a lot about freedom and liberty, they need to make a certain amount of money because they need to be able to do things that they want to do and not feel restrictions, So and the thing is, there might be freedoms you want. That means you have to live in New York or California. If there are freedoms you want that mean you have to live in New York and California, you have to make New York and California money. The freedoms I want mean I only have to make Georgia money. So I would have to make as much, because I get to have what a millionaire has because I don't live in California or New York without having to make a millionaire's money. Because to have what I have in Georgia, you'd have to make like a lot more money than me and live in New York and California with the same lifestyle, because it's just more expensive, because New York and California are a name brand. They're a name brand, so you pay more.
So I want to talk about something that I've heard you talk about recently, as it relates to creators and what they want to do and attempt to do on YouTube. So I think a lot of new creators, they want to come on YouTube and they aspire to be like rich, famous. They want to be the next Mr. Beast, the next Marquez, the next Casey Neistat. But those are outliers. What Roberto tries to teach you all, and I think what most YouTube educators will go and are trying to teach you all, is that there's middle ground here that can be covered by almost all of us. Roberto calls it the creator middle class. Kind of a crazy name, but I agree with it.
Yeah.
Before I became a creator, I was making the average salary in my regular 9-to-5 job. I was making the average median salary of what, $55,000, $50,000?
$55,000 a year is the median salary in America.
I was making the median salary before I became a creator. So I started my channel 4 years ago. We're coming up on year 5 here in January. And probably next year, I will be as close to 6 figures or making 6 figures as humanly possible. Like, I'm pretty much right on the doorstep. That is not possible if I never started my creator journey. And I'm not out here the most famous YouTuber. I'm not Marquez or Casey Neistat, but I am thriving on YouTube because I found my place. And any of you all listeners to this live stream could come on here and find your place and be successful and make good money, even if you're not the top tier YouTube star. You can still make a living.
Because of what you chose to do about 5 years ago. In the last year, you moved from the median income in America being right in the middle, not average, the median, which probably puts you above average, honestly. And because you was already above average, you was at the median, you was beating 50% of people, okay. Then you moved in 1 year because of that, the things you were doing to be extra, instead of just settling for the job, you moved to being at the bottom of the 10%. Like, well, not even the bottom of the 10%, actually, because actually the top 20% of people in America make about $100,000 a year. But you got up there. You went from the median to being at like the bottom of the top 20% in America. Because top 10 is like 160, 170 right now. Top 10, bottom of the top 10%, and to be the 1%, you'd have to make 480,000 a year now. I'm not even a 1%er. I wish. But yeah, I was getting close, but pandemic. So the thing is, I don't even think people know what success is and how to measure it, because like I said, people out here get mad and they complain, but if you in 1 year can get to like 3,000, 5,000 subscribers, you did better in 1 year, or you did better in 100 uploads than the biggest YouTubers did in their first year and their first uploads. But that's the exceptions that are outside of that, like Peter McKinnon, Ryan Trahan may have blown up, but he was a small YouTuber for like 4 years. People don't understand. He didn't have a bunch of subs, and he pivoted his content from doing cross-country running and, sports stuff and inspiring people with his running to the penny stuff, to the penny stuff and his big series with turning a penny into X amount of dollars and going on these challenge videos. Like most YouTubers are small like that. Mr. Beast had to make 460 videos just to get to 10,000 subscribers. So I think people judge their creator journey and they say, I'm not successful if I'm not Markiplier or PewDiePie or Mr. Beast or Jacksepticeye or Lily Singh or whatever. If you're like, they think, oh, if I don't get millions of subscribers, I don't blow up, then I'm not successful. And then I was lied to and I was promised a pipe dream or whatever. First of all, I think a lot of disgruntled, I'm going to say it, and this is no offense to anybody. No offense to anybody. I think a lot of small, disgruntled content creators have delusions of grandeur. And I try to break people's delusions of grandeur because I try to tell you facts and data and prove to you how this stuff works. And I can prove that it's not luck. But also, we don't even agree on the definition of luck. But when I say it's not luck, I'm not saying there aren't outside circumstances that affect people's lives. I'm saying that no matter what outside circumstance happens, the only thing people have is their character, their judgment, their preparation, and their confidence to get them through things. We all have been through bad things. We've all had traumatic lives and experiences, and we've been through a lot of stuff. But we ain't out here as victims of our circumstances by any stretch of the imagination, because we know that there's no situation, no matter how much good luck or bad luck you have, that is improved by lacking confidence and courage, lacking good character, lacking good judgment, and being unprepared. If you run into bad luck and you have all those things working against you, you're probably going to not survive that situation. Let's just be real about that. But then even if you got blessed by good luck and you have bad character, you're not going to get as far as someone with good character. If you have good, just because you had good luck. You're not going to get as far with bad judgment in a good opportunity. Good opportunity comes to you. You have bad judgment. You won't even see the opportunity because you have bad judgment. And again, use it with soulmates. Use it with dating. All right. You have the blessings of the universe. Your soulmate is put in front of you and you have bad judgment. You're not going to be able to perceive that person as your human. You have no confidence. You don't walk up to them and say, hi, you missed your blessing. Okay. You have bad character. You walk up to them. You screwed it up. You're unprepared for success. They decide they like you and you're unprepared and you don't know how to deal with that. You're going to screw it up anyway. So what good was you being blessed with tremendous luck? It's worthless. So from my standpoint, either I don't believe in luck, or I don't give it credit, or I think it's worthless, or I think it's worth 1% of all your success. And that's it, because I have seen people have the blessings of heaven poured out on them and they screwed it up. Because they were either a coward, they had bad character, they had poor judgment, or they were completely unprepared.
I can say something I can say something definitely on this. All right, for you guys who are just first meeting me, I almost got killed. Okay, I was in the military.
This is
I
tea.
almost died. Let me show you something real quick. I like to say to you, look at this right here. I lost my leg. I lost my fingers on my 21st birthday. 21st birthday in the military. I could have died. I went through all kind of like still mental issues doing this, but look at me now. I am still going. I met my wife who's a gamer, and you know the joke is like, you met a wife, you met a woman who like playing video games. Yeah, I did. Look at my YouTube channel. It's small right now, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the journey. I found my why. I thank God. I use my blessings. I keep going. I can say I can just give up. I can use any kind of excuse, but I'm not. Some days I have bad. Yeah, I had some bad days. I had some really bad days. And when I see a 5 videos go 9 out of 10, you want to quit sometimes, but I don't, because I love what I'm doing. I know I can inspire somebody out there. I know that somebody can inspire me. And also too, I don't have the ego saying it's all about me. It's not about me. It's about my audience. It's about what my audience likes and what my audience loves. And I show them my insecurities, because we all have them. And this is a big insecurity. This is a big insecurity. I couldn't do this 2 years ago. I couldn't say this 2 years ago on camera, just if you meet me. But don't give up, guys. Know your why. Don't give up. Keep going, because this is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a race, but it's a marathon. Marathons takes, you don't know when it's going to stop. But just keep going. Have fun. This is YouTube.
That's a huge inspiration. I really appreciate you sharing that on stream.
No problem. Just have fun. YouTube is fun, guys. Come on, we talk about.
I have my funnest things. Yeah, my funnest thing is talking to Viper. To be honest with you, my funnest thing on YouTube is doing these streams with Viper. I miss doing them. I can't wait to see you at Vid Summit, brother. Like, yeah, baby, but Mr. Rightway, like, I mean, thank you for sharing that, because again, I hear it all. I hear, oh, this happened to me, that happened to me. And I'm not unsympathetic to those things. Bad things have happened to me too. I don't always feel comfortable to share them, like, just like you know, it's like, but you persevere, you soldier on. Life is hard. Mm-hmm. People complain about YouTube being hard. Look at the life you've lived. Again, my father was a soldier. So I respect to everybody who serves and everything like that. God bless the troops. You know, my father was a Marine for 27 years. Being in a military family is hard. My mother made sacrifices. My parents' marriage did not survive that career. You know, my parents' marriage didn't survive. I'm a child of divorce. There's a lot of traumatic things that happen to you as a child of divorce in a single parent home. There's a lot of things that you go through. There's a lot of trauma that comes from being the child of a military soldier. Like, you go through a lot with the soldier if you live with a soldier in your life. And it's hard. It's painfully hard. Life is hard for most people. I talk about this all the time. Life is suffering for most people for a good portion of their life, but we can't not face it with courage, and we can't not improve ourselves day after day after day, and we can't be victims of our circumstances, and we have to soldier on. We have to soldier on. And I mean, I'm not trying to be some kind of way, but everyone on this stream right now, in the screen right here, we're all black men. If you don't think we've been through, like, I'm just saying, we've all been through a hell of a time. I tell you that. And there is, everyone goes through their experiences. Everything goes with their experience. And that's not any like shade on anyone else who's not a person of color. Everyone goes through their trauma, and everyone goes through dramatic experiences. And some people have unique and special challenges that even we don't have and have gone through. And there are people who are more successful than us, that have been through more crap than us, and more crap than you can imagine. So if that's the case, shouldn't that be inspiration for us to try harder and to persevere, or to make our peace with, hey, maybe I don't need to go as hard. Maybe I need to be more grateful for what I do have, because if I think about it, maybe what I have might be more than somebody else, or might be more than most. Like, there is some level of humility of saying, you know what I have may not be what I wanted, but it might be enough.
Roberto, you got to talk to the people that are paying you, my dude.
I do. Let's get to the super chats. And thank you to everybody who has super chatted so far. Thank you to Kerala. Thank you to Retro Completionist. And thank you to Mobu. We appreciate you. And we've got more super chats here. I see my brother SSJ9K. I'm going to get to your super chat. We have a new channel member, Pipe Cleaner Crafts. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Let's get through the super chats real quick, and then we'll go on. And then I want to talk more about how to grow. I'm going to give you guys some exact advice on how to grow as a small YouTuber, but I want to also hear it from Viper, who has 6,000 on one channel, 1,000 on each of his other channels or more. And then Mr. Rightway, you're at like 23K right now, right?
Yeah, I'm at 20. Let me check the number right now. 23. Yep, 23. And it's growing.
And growing.
It's growing.
And growing. So let me scroll to the rest of these super chats right here. We want to appreciate you guys.
I'll take back at 20, not 23, but 20,600. I just checked it. 20,600.
Wait, 26,000?
No. 20,600.
20,600. Okay, so almost 21.
Yes, almost 21. Yes.
Almost 21. That's dope. That is what's up. I'm looking for, here's a keep being awesome from SSJ9K. I'm just looking for the super chats. Oh, here we go. Here's Mary, our good friend Mary. Shout out to Coffee Talk Gang. Sketch My Story is Mary, and she says, I animate my guest craziest true stories, and I don't do searchable or trending topics, so growth is slow. I accept that, but I'd like to get my stories in front of people that like story slams or of the month. Any tips to do that? So, Mary, with not doing searchable or trending topics, the problem is that it's very hard to have a traffic source. It's hard to have a traffic source. And I think I can actually show this on screen, and maybe this helps you out, Mary. And then we'll get to more super chats. I want to try and help Mary. I want to show y'all what my traffic sources were when I was a small YouTuber. So when I was trying to grow my channel from 2013 to 2016 over those years, and I got my 100K subscribers, 40% of my channel's traffic was search. And then another 30% of my traffic was suggested. And the 10% was Google search. That 10% there, that's all Google search. And then I got almost nothing from the YouTube homepage because the algorithm was a little different back then. And so I got almost half of my traffic from search between Google and YouTube. And then the rest was suggested videos. And those suggested videos were almost exclusively all of my own content. Other channels were not suggesting me except for a couple of friends like Daryl Eves, but I didn't get that many, views out of it compared to like my own channel's views. But again, look at it. All my top suggested videos are my own videos. So no shout outs, barely any help from the algorithm, just my own content, and just search from YouTube and Google for half of it. My own videos suggesting it was another 30%. And so then the rest was all trickle up, like, because it's then less than 20% spread out. So I didn't have any viral moments. I didn't have and then almost 10% from the YouTube homepage, and then my own channel page after that. So it's like I didn't benefit from the YouTube algorithm outside of the search algorithm. I didn't even benefit from the homepage algorithm back then. Let's fast forward though to today. Well, not today. Let's fast forward to like the last couple of years here. Let's fast forward to 2020 through let's fast forward to 2020 through 2022, and I'll show you where my traffic comes from now over the last 3 years. I'll show you the current 3 years. So the current 3 years I got in terms of traffic. So now 30% of my traffic comes from the YouTube homepage because that's the algorithm now. 23% comes from search. And then 20% comes from suggested, which is my own videos again. And then it's all trickle down after that. Which means the key is you need something that casual people will click on the YouTube homepage, and you need to take advantage of their previous watch history. So you need to know what is it that people have previously watched, and then how am I going to siphon traffic from them, which is why people make videos about big YouTubers or at least bigger YouTubers than them because they're trying to take advantage of that person's audience. So if I was making sketch stories, I almost have to. And Viper, I think Viper had to go. Yep, Viper says bye and they's got to go. Mr. Rightway, can you join me for a little bit longer?
Yeah, I can join you.
Excellent. So what I would say is based on how YouTube operates now versus how it even used to operate is that you do need things people will click on from browse, which means you need faces and people they would recognize the stories of, and you need to tap into people and current events. That may not be what you want to do, but if you said, I want to grow, the only thing I can tell you that will grow you and that most people click on is they click on stories about people they know. So maybe it's comedians that are in the news or trending on YouTube. I mean, right now, Andrew Schultz from Flagrant, he's everywhere now and he's blowing up. I would do stuff about him. I would do stuff about Rogan if I want to do comedians or something like that. Or again, celebrities. Right now, Logan Paul is blowing up for his WWE stuff with him and Raymond Reigns. So like there's
Roman Reigns.
Yep, Roman Reigns, man.
Yeah.
Just like, so
that's a big thing.
That's a huge thing. And it's huge for the community. So again, what happens to a lot of artists is artists want to do what they want to do. I was an artist. I want to do what I want to do. But that's why I decided to opt out of making money for pure art. For pure art, I opted out of making money because I was like, I want to do what I want to do. I don't want people telling me what to do. And if they are going to pay me money, they get to tell me what to do. So I opted out of art to go the commercial graphics and business and commercial social media and everything like that. It's like I can be creative without having to do art. I can bring artistic ability to something without having to do pure art. And people say, oh, that makes me a sellout and everything like that. I'm almost 40 years old. You know what? You want to be a starving artist in your 40s, you want to do that and everything like that, then don't worry about money. Just do things you love exclusively. And then you might have some regrets later in life, or maybe you won't. I can't judge. Maybe you won't. Maybe you won't be massively financially successful. But if you can say you lived life on your own terms, maybe that's enough for you. For me, I need to be stable, financially successful, and I need to avoid bringing further trauma into my life by being broke. So I grew up and ran a business so that on my free time, I can do art to my heart's content and not worry about whether people will pay for it.
I'll start another channel.
Yeah, but Mary, your channel can be successful. And I think that your channel can be successful if you talk about people that get a lot of attention already and you make stories about them. If you make stories about people who get attention, I genuinely believe that you will get more views and you will be successful and your channel will grow more. So that's my advice for you, Mary. Let's see. We got She Fires with a super sticker of $19. I appreciate you supporting me. I just appreciate the love tremendously. Yes, if you are at, and I hope that helps, Mary. So I will be at Vid Summit and I will be signing copies of my book at Vid Summit. But you can also buy my book. Link is in the description. On Amazon. Nerdy Entrepreneur. When I sell courses, I keep 90% of it by having my course hosted on WordPress, but you do have to have the technical skills or pay someone for it. So they are making it easier. Yeah, YouTube is making it easier. So I agree. And we do YouTube to serve our audience. And here's the thing. People do not buy anything if they don't feel served. People don't buy anything if it, like, we wouldn't buy Dragon Ball stuff if we weren't fans of Dragon Ball. I wouldn't buy Star Wars and Pokemon if I wasn't fans of that. And it has no utility value whatsoever. There's no results. There's no ROI in buying any of that stuff. And we do it anyway. There's no ROI on buying video games and we do it anyway. We love it. Like, so
you got to feel it. You got to have a connection with it.
You got to. So the thing is, there is like, now if you buy something that markets itself on utility, I think you have to look at the utility. Because again, I think that people market their courses on the utility of their courses and what they help you improve upon, not what your end result in life is, what they help you improve upon. I don't think you hire a fitness coach or trainer or a martial arts sensei, and then you're like, I'm going to be a champion weightlifter, or I'm going to be a killer, or I'm going to be like, I don't think that they're predicating those as your results. Your results are, you will be more fit than you were before you hired me. Like that's how that works. So that's something I think people take for granted. And I think that they're judging something by a standard that we don't even judge college by. And we certainly don't judge public schooling by. A-Train Elliot Famous Son says, "You are appreciated, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat." Yeah. Artist Haven, someone who is an artist, says that luck is a myth, sincerely. And yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think that we use luck and superstition to bundle that into, if I can't explain it, if I can't account for it to exactly why, then, then it's luck. Or if I didn't directly do this action, then it's luck. And that's not what luck is. If you actually look up, the scientific method, if you look at the scientific method, we come out and we find that everything has a reasonable and logical explanation for it. Right. So I believe in that. Yeah. And timing, by the way, I don't even think timing is always luck, because we engineer good timing plenty of times. Like, all right, let me ask you something. If you wanted to meet your wife, did you just wait for luck and serendipity, or did you put yourself in a place where you might be able to find a good woman?
You know what? The funny thing about that, she was at the game convention, and she's in the chat too. She was at the game convention, and I did not even think about, but I looked and I said, "That's gonna be my wife." And I remember I told one of my friends, "That's gonna be my wife," and lo and behold, look what happened.
If you want to meet a gamer girl, you got to go to a gaming convention.
Yes, and you got to talk, and also you wash your body, people. If you playing games, come on now.
Oh, that's preparation. Wait. So that's preparation. So wait a minute. You met the love of your life, and you met your wife because you was like, you know what? I'm gonna create my own opportunity. I'm gonna create my own opportunity by going to this gaming convention. I'm gonna go and create my own opportunity. So you engineered being in the right place at the right time to find the right person. You prepared yourself by washing yourself.
That's what she said. True, look, Zach said it's true. Yes, I did. It was,
and you had the confidence to go up to her, and you had good judgment to pick a good woman.
Yes, I did.
So you had to have judgment, preparation, confidence, and you had to be prepared for success in order to have the woman that you're with right now. No luck.
She's a YouTuber too. All the stuff that I like, she likes. It just great,
No luck. The one woman in the world for you, but no luck. It's not luck. That's not luck. See, it's so easy to debunk that. It's so easy to debunk that everything is luck. It's so easy to debunk that everything is luck. And again, if you want to believe in luck, you should not give it more credit than those other four things. Excuse me, voice is dry there. SSJ9K came here to find out how to achieve Super Saiyan 12. Not disappointed. I appreciate you, brother. I love your content. He's another one of the creators that I watch all the time. I watch him. I watch CJ the Champ. I watch CJ the Champ is hilarious. Got me rolling. I watch Sensei. I watch a lot of RCD World 1. I watch a lot of the black anime and nerd YouTubers. And like my favorite reaction YouTuber might be VIP Panda. She's pretty dope. So yeah, so shout out to all the blurs out there. Shout out to all the black nerd creators out there.
RDC1 is great. I'm thinking about going to DreamCon.
I'm trying to go to DreamCon. I'm trying to get tickets. Trying to go to DreamCon. I kind of want to take my younger brother with me, potentially, or one of my sisters. I want to take one of them to DreamCon.
It's gonna be good. I'm glad to see something like that in our community, because it's like, man, that's amazing.
Oh, facts. We have a question here. Creative creator here. I make art and do art therapy with it. I thought of starting out with 2 or 3 longer videos a week, then shorts to get out there. Should I just do shorts first? I think you should try any and all of it to get started. When you're getting started, you have to try a lot of different things, and you have to see what works. Not only because of what works, you have to see what you like. Because something might work, but you might not like it. I think most small YouTubers' problems is the struggle between here's what's working, here's what I like. Here's what's working, here's what I like. And sometimes there's a middle ground, sometimes there's not. And then sometimes you have to make a choice. There's a fork in the road in life sometimes where you have to decide, do I want to do what it takes even if it makes me uncomfortable? Or is that too far? Or does it compromise my ethics or my standards or my values? So I don't need that if it does that. Or, hey, do I want to do these things, and can I make it work for me? And am I willing to take the extra steps to make something work for me and to make it something I'm comfortable with and something that is fulfilling? So I think that you have to figure out what is right for you. But I think the only way to figure out what is right for you is to try enough things and give them enough of a chance. And then not only see the results, but see how you feel about the process of getting those results.
And
There's
also,
things I could do to be bigger. I don't want to do them.
and also too, make sure you be consistent, because we all do this as creators. We get so happy, we'll put like 20 ideas on paper. I'm gonna do this, and then you wake up and you be like, I don't want to do no video today. You know, just make sure that you start out with 2 videos, then 3. 3 videos is hard. I'm telling you, I do 2 videos a week. 3 videos, and some of my creators that I watch do 7-day videos. That is hard. That's a lot.
And when you get better, and when you want higher quality standards, it gets really hard. I got content I'm sitting on, and it's just like a crucible to edit it sometimes because I keep nitpicking at it instead of just publishing. So it can get rough real quickly. But shout out,
enjoy it, do it.
Yeah, but shout out to Pam Jordan, another veteran, 33-year service member, and I'm doing YouTube full time. Shout out to you. Roberto, I keep getting up to try. You get tired, but I'm moving forward. Yeah, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. And like I said, it's not for everybody. It's like, I don't sell hope. I don't sell hopium, and I don't sell it to, like, most of y'all have never bought a single product from me, and you're perfectly happy with the content, and that's fine. Most of my money these days actually comes from brand deals. So the sponsors are happy with you guys supporting the sponsors. So that's a real, thing. We have a question. I don't know if you have any advice for this, but Aaron's House of Legos says, does anyone have any advice for how to deal with depression when your parents do not care?
I do.
What's your advice on that, Mr. Wright?
Man, I dealt with a lot of depression, still sometimes go through depression.
Right.
You have to be honest with yourself first in your situation. If your parents don't care, you have to talk to them first. First, talk to them and ask them, see why they don't care. Then you got to ask yourself, why do you care if they care? Because, you're a grown adult. You want your parents' validation, because everybody wants their parents' validation.
Oh, facts.
But you got to come to the realization that even sometimes your parents may not even like what you're doing, and you have to build that confidence and do it. Do this. Make a vision board. Put the things that you want to do. Make 2 or 3 of them. I have one. I roll out of bed, and one right in front of my bed. I have one in the kitchen. I have one in my game room. Make your vision board. Put things on there that you want to accomplish. I'm telling you, you will accomplish it. That will help our depression. Also, watch what you feed yourself. Do not feed yourself all this gloom and doom. Do not watch these channels that talk about each other. Watch positive stuff. Listen to positive podcasts. Watch what you eat. Get good enough sleep. Open up the curtains. Go out. Like I say, touch the grass. Do all that stuff. I'm telling you, do it day by day by day. It's not gonna happen overnight. And yes, you will still deal with it, but understand that so many people deal with it. COVID has taught a lot of people that they deal with a lot of crap that it came to the surface.
Oh, facts.
And you just got to be understanding, like, hey, I'm normal. It's okay. It's okay to deal with that. It's okay to deal with that. Don't worry about that. Just go out and be the best you can be. And if you do, say you want to publish a video, say you edit 30 minutes and you don't get to publish it, that's okay. You did 30 minutes. You did good. Go out and celebrate. And then celebrate your wins. I'm telling you, I take myself to Wingstop, or I'll give me some sushi. I go get me a bottle of tequila from Rocks Tequila. I go and celebrate when I do something good. I'm telling you, treat yourself. Also, do all of that. I'm getting this one. Treat yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it's good. You're really good. You're a grown person. Do it.
Let me ask you something. That's a great advice, by the way. Actually, let me answer that question myself, and then I want to ask you something on the business side. Okay. So I've dealt with some things like this, not with my mom, more with my dad, but also you don't know that your parents don't care just because they may not be doing the thing that you think caring is. Because what we do is a lot of times we make assumptions about people's motives or what people feel. And the thing is, you're assuming instead of asking, or instead of confirming that. You could be imagining that people hate you. You could be imagining that people hate you. You could be imagining that people dislike you. I've seen and even been through this where like entire relationships, or significant others, or even spouses and divorces all stem from this insecurity that someone created in their head about like someone not caring about them or doing this or that, because in their head they contrived check boxes that would be checked. If people did this, then they care about me. If people did this, then they're good to me. If people did this, and they never asked that person about doing any of those things. They never gave the person the opportunity to do those things. They expected the person to read their mind. And then they also projected a lot of their insecurities onto people and said, you don't care about me. You don't love me. You don't support me. But you never communicated what supporting you looks like. And you expected them to read your mind and to know you that well. And people don't even know themselves that well sometimes, let alone somebody else. So you're asking somebody to read your mind and read your heart. Now, the other problem I have with some people is some people who think that they can read other people's minds and judge other people's hearts.
Yeah.
Some people who think that they're all knowing and know why you do what you do and how you do what you do. They think that they know everything about you, from a small snippet of your life or an interaction or this or that and everything like that. And it's the true height of arrogance to make a lot of assumptions about somebody without confirming it in any real substantial way, or God forbid, without having a conversation with that person. So so that's a big deal.
It's like I told you in chat, like hurt people hurt people.
Oh, yeah. I've never really seen somebody who isn't hurt and someone who's crushing it and someone who's a winner sit there and truly, unless they're a socialist, go into somebody's pockets and want to be in somebody else's pockets about how and why they make their money. But bringing something like that up, I want to tell you a lot of why I do what I do, aside from just actually wanting to help small YouTubers, because actually I got scammed as a small YouTuber. I don't know if a lot of you know this or you know my villain origin story, but a lot of you who follow me on Twitter, you know that an MCN scammed me when I was a small YouTuber, and that they only recently paid off the $4,000 in back pay that they owed me. So if you want to know when and how and why I started helping small YouTubers, when I was 14,000 subscribers, there were all you guys, if you were around back in 2013, 2012, you remember that all these YouTubers were in YouTube channel networks, multi-channel networks called MCNs. And all these big YouTubers were promoting them. Smosh and everybody was in them. There was these big things like Full Screen, Machinima, Defy Media. You guys remember these? When I say these companies' names, do y'all remember Full Screen and Machinima and Defy Media? And do y'all remember the Defy Media scandal and how my friend Chad Wildclay came out about it? Matt Pat and his wife came out about it, and how they shut down and they scammed YouTubers and they refused to pay the YouTubers when they filed bankruptcy.
Oh, wow. I didn't hear about
that. That was a multi-channel network that scammed YouTubers for like millions of dollars, and that was Defy Media. They shut down. Machinima shut down. I believe Full Screen shut down. These were like the biggest multi-channel networks. I wasn't with those networks, but I was with a network who I won't name for legal reasons. But because I can't talk about the MCN themselves without my lawyer Ian present. I can only allude to things, and I have to be careful because these things are litigious, so to speak.
Yeah,
but like without naming them, what I can tell you the problem was so I was making like $200 or $300 a month on YouTube as a small YouTuber, not a lot of money. So I never made money originally as a small YouTuber, except for Amazon affiliate links made me money. I didn't have a membership website back then. I didn't have coaching back then, because you all know I didn't do that until like 2018 or whatever, 2017, 2018. So as a small YouTuber, I was a full-time freelancer. That's how I started on YouTube, as a full-time freelancer. I was making $300 a month from YouTube, but I was making my money with my freelance clients and my retainer clients as a freelancer and social media manager, and from my writing assignments for publications, because I was writing for magazines at the time as a freelance writer. And I was making money from my Amazon affiliate links on my tech reviews. So that's how I was making my money as a YouTuber, not AdSense. Because what happened was the MCN was only paying me my like about $300, and then they would take anything after $300. They take 50%. 50% of my YouTube ad revenue, 50% of my YouTube ad revenue after that. And so that contract was 2 years. And then they negotiated me to, okay, we'll only take 10%. You keep 90% of your revenue. And so then they were making still and by that time that happened, I grew my channel without their help, and I got to 100,000 subscribers. They never did any collaborations for me like they said they would. They never hooked me up with the big YouTubers in their network like they said they would. They never helped me get a single brand deal, a single collab. They didn't really do anything for me. They sent out a couple of tweets to promote me, which gave me none of my YouTube traffic. You all saw my YouTube traffic. I got none of it from them. You saw it with your own eyes. They did nothing for me for 2 years, and they took 50% of my money for 2 years. Then, because it was hard to break the contract with them, they took 10% for another 3 years, because they told me, well, if you disconnect from the network, because YouTube has this system, you're going to lose your channel data from the time that you were with us. So I had to wait for YouTube to change that in the system so I wouldn't lose my data. And so my data would not belong to the multi-channel network. They would own my data. I didn't want them to own my data. So YouTube changed the system, because YouTube also started getting rid of these multi-channel networks because they were kind of scummy. And so then I was in a contract where they were making money off of me, thousands of dollars, by the way, thousands of dollars for years. So then I finally got out of my contract, and my lawyer helped me with that. And so between me and my lawyer, we got out of my contract, but they owed me $4,000 of back pay. And then they took another 2 or 3 years to pay off the $4,000 of back pay they owed me. And so if you want to know why do I help small YouTubers, and it's not the only content I make, I've just made a lot of it lately because now I'm like more the creator economy evangelist now, because I believe in this and what it's done for me and my family and what it's done for a lot of my friends. I started doing 1 video a week to help other YouTube content creators because I got scammed by a multi-channel network that didn't help me for thousands of dollars for years. And so what I taught creators was how to do everything the network promised to help me do. I taught people how to do it themselves, because I had to learn how to do it myself, because they took thousands of dollars and they did nothing for me. They did nothing for me and took thousands of dollars from me. So I taught everyone how to, for free, do the things that they did not help me do. And so when people pay me for my time one-on-one, I help them actually do things. What I help people do when they pay me one-on-one, most people today that pay me are not small YouTubers, Mr. Wright. They pay me to help them structure their YouTube brand deals. Because like I said, YouTubers are insecure. They're undercharging. Everyone's undercharging for their brand deals by like everywhere from 30% to 200%. They could get more for their brand deals. They're undercharging. Even big YouTubers are undercharging. There are big YouTubers who don't know how to get brand deals, and also don't know whether they've been given a good offer when a talent agency approaches them. And so I help them with the business side of YouTube. I work with people largely that are already making money on YouTube and know that if I help them, they will make the money back from my coaching call. I'm not interested in working with people who are not monetized on YouTube, who are that small. I think anyone from 1,000 to 10,000 subscribers could just watch my free content. I'm mostly interested in working with people that are over 10,000 subscribers, but my dream clients are basically anyone over 50,000 subscribers, because I know I can help them. And now lately, most of my clients are people over 100,000 subscribers that just went full-time and don't know what to expect as a full-time YouTuber, and they don't need beginner advice, and that's all they find. And so I help those people transition because they have the money to go full-time, but they don't know what the full-time YouTuber lifestyle is. They don't know what the work-life balance is, and they want to get their money and their time right. And I help solve that problem. So why does Roberto help small YouTubers? It's not all from some marketing funnel. I don't have a $600 course yet, but there's nothing wrong with making one. I need to make one because everyone's stealing my content and putting it into courses, by the way. Like everyone's stealing my content. I'm not joking about that. People are stealing my content and putting it into $1,000 courses. And actually, there's even a thing in India. There's a thing in India. I had to file 200 copyright claims because of some people in India that were stealing my content and re-uploading it.
Wow.
And and dubbing over it and do it. Like, people are repurposing my content. And then someone sent me a link to a course that's done in I think it's either Arabic or something, to where somebody actually is selling a course with my free videos in them overseas. So like people are literally stealing my content and selling it overseas as courses. So I need to make a course at some point and make a gold standard for courses. But what I will say is there are a couple of reasons why I help small YouTubers. Besides the fact that I got scammed, it's helped me make my best relationships and network and make my best friends in the YouTube community to reach out to other content creators. And so that's actually improved my network. If you ask me what's more valuable, what do you think is more valuable, Mr. Wright? Do you think having a network of top tier YouTubers is more valuable to me at this point in my career, or making $100 off of a sale of a product?
I would say the top tier probably.
Yeah, it's not even close. The networking value is not even close. The value of having a network of top tier content creators is not even close to the value of selling a $100 product. A $100 product is nice, especially when people like it and they don't refund it. But the thing is, if you're not broke, there's a certain amount of money that is nice and is okay. But what you really want is a network if you're not broke. If you're broke, you care more about money. If you're not broke, you care much more about your network, because as people will say, oh, it's not always what you know, it's who you know. If your money goals are satisfied and you make some passive income like I do and you have money coming in, and if the majority of my money comes from brand deals, my network helps me get bigger brand deals. And my network helps me get better paid brand deals because of my network. So I get my brand deals partly because of some of the relationships I have. So my network's more valuable.
That's what I'm looking for next. I'm starting to control. That's what I want to go to next. That's the next step in my career. I want to get brand deals. I want to do stuff.
What brands do you want to work with?
I want to work with video game, like great t-shirt companies, because that's part of my thing. T-shirts and hats. That's I guess that's my thing. T-shirts and hats. Companies who bringing out new video games.
Do you have the actual names of the companies? Because here's what you need to do. You need to make a Dream 100 list of the companies you want relationships with. Not all of them will be sponsors, but some of them will get you to events. Like, again, with your background as a photographer and doing WWE stuff, you should get some access to that, to like whenever Logan Paul is doing these events, you should get tickets through your connections for free so you can go to the events, because you can make some content out of it and Easter egg it into your existing content. But you'll also make relationships there, and you don't always post that to YouTube. Some of it could be good for you to post to Twitter to then build your network, because you were at those events. So now you have an elite status because you had access to an event, or behind the scenes, you might even meet Logan Paul. So that could be something that just expands your network, because you get access to an event where you either get a selfie with Logan or you meet him. And I'm not saying Logan's going to do anything for you, but I'm saying you might get more doors open just because people saw that you were in the proximity of someone with his level of success. And then he's going to be in the WWE video games. So it's not out of pocket for your content.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's an example. That's just one example of network. People don't understand a network is more valuable than most things. There's a couple of things that are valuable. Money is important. Money is absolutely important. A network is more powerful than most things. You can get more done with a phone call than you can with $1,000 in some cases.
And that's what I'm learning that. I'm definitely learning that, because people always say, hey, can I get a shout out and all that stuff? Shout outs do not really help that much. I even learned that, and I was upset at some creators because you want to do me on it, put me on and do this. And I'm like, and as I start to grow and I start to look at if they get a shout out, I'll analyze their channel. I said, well, that video peaked for here, but then all the other stuff is like boom. I said, I'll tell
you the most success I got out of a shout out, and I got it during the pandemic. I got 8,000 subscribers from Marquez Brownlee because he was shouting out some black YouTubers that he likes.
Oh, that's good.
Marquez Brownlee has like over 10 million subs. So and it's on a video that got, I think, like 10 million views. That translated to 8,000 subs to my channel, which is great, by the way. And I think that there was a lot of and by the way, that's great. But also and I'm really happy about it, because I think it was a lot of black viewers. So that's actually like, so I appreciate that and I respect that, because again, the shout out was, here are black creators I like, because he was supporting other black creators. So I think the people that matters to, typically, not always, but typically, would be other black viewers. Yes. So I was really appreciative of that. But for me and I was already at 500,000. So it'd be great for anybody, and I'm super appreciative of it. But I want you to understand that on somebody that big, if all I got was 8,000, then what are you hoping or thinking is going to happen from a big YouTuber shout out? And the audience today ain't the audience from 2016. Back in 2016, if you got a shout out from a big YouTuber, you could get to 100,000 overnight. That ain't how it is anymore.
No,
that
it's
isn't
not.
how it is anymore. And you don't always want that. A kid said that a shout out from Gary Vee, he thought it made him a great YouTube channel, but really it ruined his confidence because he knew he didn't earn his own audience and he wanted to start over. And there was a friend of mine, Matt Zealous, he got a shout out from Mr. Beast. He had an identity crisis after he got 1 million subscribers. And then when he like went back to being himself, he started growing again and he started feeling great about his content again. Shout outs only feel good to somebody who has nothing in terms of if you grow, but later you'll ask yourself, do I even own my audience? Do I even own my own success, or was it handed to me?
Yeah.
But somebody who has nothing will be like, I don't care how I get it.
You got to start it somewhere, you know.
But that's not a good mentality to say, I don't care how I got it. You should care how you get it.
You
should care how you get it.
Because I noticed those subscribers who will come to that channel, like you said, you get a big shout out, don't always equal to views or long watch time. Because I try to look at it because I say, if you don't make the same kind of content, you get a shout out and make the same kind of content. I can get like, say in our genre is a guy called Metal Jesus.
I know Metal Jesus rocks. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's good create content. Say if I did the people who he shouts out or works with, I look at it and like, okay, about 1,000 sub turnover, maybe sometimes. But if you don't grow with that or you don't use it, and then the views start going down like this, it's good for right here, but then it started going down like that. It's like the shout outs are okay, but you got to back it up with quality. You got to be ready. You know, you have the opportunity has to be there.
Yeah. The only reason my friends Jacqueline from Nothing But Tech and Sarah Dici blew up from Casey Neistat shout outs is because their content would match a Casey Neistat audience back when he was like doing Tech Tuesday, and Casey is a gadget guy. And so they're both female tech YouTubers. There's a crossover because then a lot of the female audience that watches Casey Neistat can then go watch female creators that are in a vein. They're not vloggers, but they could be like female viewers who like technology and like when Casey does tech stuff or does camera stuff or does new tech came out. They could watch Sarah Dici or they could watch Jacqueline from Nothing But Tech. So they got, and even some of the male audience, but they got a female tech audience from him that watches their stuff. And they're the only two people that I knew really blew up. Do you know that Casey Neistat actually shouted me out twice in a video and also in a thing that in Instagram, and nothing, because my content doesn't mesh with Casey's content and audience, and it wouldn't. So like, he literally did a thing where he showed like me on his laptop in a video and said, everybody go watch it. And it did nothing. And I'm not mad about it at all. I'm just pointing out that everyone thinks there's a magic bullet. I don't sell magic bullets to YouTube. All I sell is grind and hardship and struggle. That's all I sell is hard work and struggle. And then people get mad because it's really weird. People say I either sell false hope or they say I sell, the struggle too much and that like it's toxic hustle culture. I'm like, make up your mind. Am I selling copium or am I selling hustle culture? What am I doing here? Because you can't have it both ways of I'm selling a pipe dream and I'm selling hard work. You can't have it both ways.
They don't want that. People want that easy. This microwave. I sound like the old man. This microwave generation is like, hey, I want my food hot, fresh, fast now, and give it to me. I mean, people don't like today. Like the GTA 6 leak. That is crazy. God. It is crazy. Why people just cannot wait until the game comes out? Then the hackers talking about I want this money and all this kind of stuff. Like, oh my goodness. I could have made a video like that, but
it ruins games.
It ruined a game, but if I want to make a video on it, nobody will watch it. I tried to do the Nintendo Direct stuff. Nobody watched. I deleted it. Nobody watched it because that's not my type of audience.
That's not your audience because it's about the previous watch history. People don't understand. Previous watch history is everything. It's what you condition people to watch. It matters. Daquan Bowens, Pastor Roberto preaching on the word. Yep. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. That's what. Codations. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. So yeah, like
have you made I'm sorry, I was looking at my analytics. Have you made one of those videos like teaching how to actually read your analytics? Because
yes, but I can do it now. Yes,
really
but I
hard.
can do it. Yes, I have, but I can do it now in real time. So what I would do is if you right now I'm in advanced mode. So like what I would do is if you're gonna read your YouTube analytics, I don't like 28-day analytics, not just because I haven't uploaded for 28 days, but because I literally have not uploaded for 28 days and I'm still growing. Because watch this. I haven't uploaded for over 28 days. And again, it's not what it would be if I did upload, but also keep in mind that if I get 100,000 views, I make $2,000. Like and that's on the ad revenue. That's not sponsorships. That's not affiliate. That's not business. I do well for myself. I've already put it out there. I do about 300K a year. I do pretty well right for myself. Again, I put half of that back into the business one way or another because I don't have a team for the YouTube channel. I do have a team for the coaching business. That's the other difference is, oh, why do you charge us for coaching? Because I pay people salaries. That's why. I pay people salaries. So that's why you pay for my coaching because then I pay my team salaries and you coach with me, but they do all the back end admin work. So I pay Ariana and Andy very well for their work and their time. And I compensate them very well as young women. And they have a lot of agency and autonomy within the organization. They check me all the time. And so they do tremendous work and should be paid, compensated fairly for it. So I'm out here paying people salaries. What do you want from me? I also, a good portion of my income, I don't talk about this a lot. I retired my mother. A good portion of my income goes to the fact I retired my mother. So my mother's up there in age. She's diabetic. She's had, some things happen in life. And I recently paid for a surgery that restored her eyesight because, she's older and she had cataracts. And so they told her she'd get 30% of her vision back, but she got her full vision back. So like she can actually see her children's faces. She can actually do. That's the power of when you do things correctly in life and you do things, you can get to a place to where you can directly impact your family and do good things for them and give them a better life and give them what you think they deserve to have in life. One day I'm going to find a girl, get married and have children. I want to give them a good life. If I try to do the starving artist BS, I'm not going to be able to attract a good woman and I'm not going to be able to give her a good home. I'm not going to be able to have a good family. I'm not going to be able to make sure my kids don't go through things I went through. And I would never let my kids struggle. So being a good and responsible man or a good responsible adult, whether you're a man or a woman, and you want to take care of people in your life, you don't have the luxury of indulging your ego and saying you're going to sacrifice financial success or money to satisfy your ego. You can do that if you're single. You can do that if you're young. You can do that if you're not responsible for anybody. You can do that if you're not trying to help anybody. But you can't afford ego if you're responsible for other people. It's too damn expensive. Anyone responsible for another human being is not allowed to let ego stand between them and money. But I digress. Let's go to analytics. So what I do.
What's the subject on that one? You did good.
Yeah, but it's Sunday. I have to preach, right? Yeah. But so what I do is I look at 90-day analytics. Now, something y'all need to know is you need to look at these 4 tabs in analytics. This will help small YouTubers to understand YouTube better. You have to look at these 4 tabs in analytics. Now, the good news is I have green arrows because compared to my previous 90 days, which is really what you want, because you want to do things quarter to quarter, kind of like a business, to be honest with you. Yes, you do care about month over month, but you really care about quarter to quarter because that's how businesses operate. So I'm teaching you a little bit of business. And 24% more views than the previous 90 days, 12% more watch hours, 45% more subscribers than the previous 90 days. And then it doesn't tell me the revenue compared to the last 90 days, but that's fine. And then you can see a couple of things. You can see when I post, I get more views, and when I don't, I don't. So if anyone is curious about consistency or doesn't believe consistency or volume or quantity over quality, well, for most YouTubers, quantity works more than quality. Quality works for special YouTubers, the elites. Quality wins for the elites because they're making content that can be shared because it's goofy, silly, it's easy. I'll tell you the secret to success in YouTube that big YouTubers don't share. Are you ready for this, Mr. Wright?
Okay.
So the most popular YouTubers, don't they all have audiences of people, young people that are in school-age people? Do we all agree to that? Do we all agree that the people who have the most millions of subs and millions of views on YouTube all have young audiences? Do we all agree that that's true?
Yes, it is true. That is really true.
So the most views and viral views in YouTube are making content that children will all share in their text messages, DM groups, and all talk about in school. That is exactly what, if your content will be shared by people in middle school and high school. That is how videos go viral in YouTube. Videos go viral in YouTube if they are shared by middle schoolers and high schoolers all across America. That is how you go viral in YouTube. That's it. Because, by the way, that's why all of your big YouTubers have school-age audiences.
I don't have the audience.
Now, if you make content that is for adults, it's content that adults all in a certain vertical or for a certain reason in a certain group will share with people that are like-minded like them. That's why politics does well in YouTube, because everyone will share that with people that they want to say, here, this person agrees with us, or, oh, this person disagrees with us, let's go fight them. So now you realize why content directed at young people does well, and now you know why content that is political takes advantage of people's attention and siphons all their attention. Now you understand why all of the, like, you know, men versus women stuff is doing so well on YouTube right now. It's all combativeness, and then people will watch the same video 10 times to argue their points with each other or argue in the comment section. That's why those videos go viral. Virality is not about the algorithm. It is about the audience. It is about leveraging human behavior, for better or worse.
Write that down.
For better or worse. It's about human behavior. That's why updates and news leaks also do well. It's news. It's FOMO. You don't want to be the only person who doesn't know. Oh, it's new and exciting. Shiny object. Woo. Like, we know what gets millions of views and why. If we stop being egotistical, we know. If we stop being egotistical, we know. There's also such thing called total addressable market. The total addressable market of people who care about being a YouTuber that speak English is actually pretty limited. It's pretty limited. If you judge my views and then you look at all the views in the YouTube creator niche or in the creator economy niche, we all get roughly the same kind of views here or there on the same topics. We underperform on the same things and we overperform on the same things because our total addressable market is pretty limited. Colin and Samir do better than all of us because the way they do it is they interview famous people. So their creator economy content is they're interviewing famous people and they're telling the stories of famous people. So they're a different type of creator help channel and they interview famous people. So they're more like a Joe Rogan than anything else for the creator economy. And that's why they can get more views than any YouTube coach or educator could ever get, or any TikTok coach can get, or any Instagram coach can get, because they are talking to and about people who are famous, and not just to the content creators, but to those people's fans. And the fans is a bigger audience, you see. So again, total addressable market. But what you need to know with your analytics is you have overview, you have content, you have audience, you have revenue, and you have research. So you need to understand these 4 tabs. The overview tab is where everyone goes and where they get lost. And they think this is all that matters, but it's really not. What it does tell you is it tells you the top content you have in this period. You could use your top 10 in this period and say, okay, make more content like that. So again, if I want to ramp up my channel, talk more about things that matter to YouTubers. Oh, YouTube monetization and making money on YouTube. Got it. I know that for this period. Now, there are other periods of time where it's, oh, do this. Now, here's the thing. I found this video that's old and still getting views on how to add background music. This means that if I make video editing tutorials, I will do well. I know that already. I know that if I make you video editing tutorials, I'll do well. So that's one way to read analytics.
Okay.
Let me go to the content tab here. This is very powerful. This tells me where my traffic on YouTube comes from, so I can target things based on this. And I also know my channel is very well balanced because look at my traffic sources. You can see my traffic sources are very well balanced. It's also why my stuff doesn't go viral. Now, people all think that they're going to go viral and they're going to get all these suggested views because they're going to be attached to a big YouTuber's video. Unless you're talking about a big YouTuber or the same trending topic that a big YouTuber is talking about, you will not win on suggested videos. And like I've shown y'all, my suggested videos are all my own videos. It's not big YouTubers. Or it's friends in my niche, but I don't get a ton of views from that. I get some trickling in. Every little bit helps. And then I get search. External is almost always Google for me. And so on. Channel pages is people going to my page. So I know where my traffic is coming from. This tells you that YouTube is giving impressions. Remember how people always say, YouTube's not pushing my videos. YouTube's not pushing my videos. if you go to this, you can see that YouTube is pushing your videos when you see impressions. It's about whether you get clicks from those impressions. YouTube is pushing you. You're getting reach. You're not getting a response for those videos. You're not getting people to click on those videos. So that's what hurts people. This thing here breaks down your views from shorts, live streams, and regular video uploads. You can see that most of mine is regular video uploads. I don't do that many shorts. And so you can see I do get something from live streams. So we have that. If you click over to different videos, it tells you key indicators of retention and which of your videos do well on retention by measuring the first 30 seconds of the video. And you want the first 30 seconds of the video. You don't want people dropping off. So when you see people dropping off, it hurts your video more. When you retain more of them to the end, your video typically does better. And so this becomes important. And so you can see this from retention graphs. And those things can tell you, well, how you might need to edit your videos differently. Here's a retention graph on a video that people would like not think is doing well, because the video gets 100 views every single day, and it will forever because it's a tutorial. Tutorials do well for me. If I do nothing but tutorials on my channel, I will still be successful because, one, tutorials have an absurd CPM rate. Software tutorials can get me $40 CPM rates. How much do you get on CPM right now, Mr. Rightway?
Oh, let me see. CPMs. Let me try to find out an overview. Let me look at my content.
Probably close to like somewhere between like maybe $5 to $10.
Let me see. I'm trying to find out where is it at. It's on the revenue, right?
Yep.
Okay, it says RPM is like $7.71, but it says payback is $16.60.
Nice. You're probably getting some of the highest in the gaming niche. I think it's because you're talking more about buying games and shopping than doing gameplay.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
So I think you get more. So the thing is, I think collectors and people who do gaming build videos and gaming components videos and PC builds and those things, y'all get the same kind of revenue as tech YouTubers, actually. Because I think y'all are considered, I think y'all are technically considered more tech YouTubers than you are considered gaming YouTubers.
I saw something that said YouTube was putting my stuff on a lifestyle.
Because it's tech and lifestyle. So yeah, because it's consumerism, because your stuff is about buyer's guides, really.
Yeah, it's like going on, like I still don't understand it, but I love doing it. And that's I love driving. I love going shopping for video games. So I put that on there, and like I go to
with you doing stuff like that in haul videos, you're almost like haul. Yeah, so like haul videos and stuff like that. Yeah, it goes under lifestyle, and then the ad revenue is really good on that. So good on you. Okay. So like, but when I do software, even though it gets less views, it gets $40 CPMs when I do software stuff.
Oh, wow.
Because all the software companies are subscription model companies. So they put ads on everything. You get what I'm saying? And they're worth more. Those ads are worth more. I mean, what do you think is more? Adobe software or Snickers? What do you think is worth more? Adobe software is a subscription, you know?
And that's why I've been trying to figure out like what to make to get that, higher CPM.
Your CPMs are already pretty high, my friend. If anything, what I would do is if you make longer content, I would drop more mid-rolls, but tastefully add more mid-rolls to your content.
Yeah, I did the thing that you said do. I'm actually, and that worked. Put you doing your mid-rolls yourself. That actually worked. That works. I did it. I hate doing it because it takes so much time, but it worked. I did it for my last 5 videos, and I'm getting more watch time on my videos.
Go back to all of your videos that are the most watched that aren't the new ones. And I'll show you how to find that in your real-time analytics. Go back to those and then do the manual mid-roll ads in your videos. Huh?
You can go back to old videos and do that?
Yes, you can go back. Everybody here, you can go back to your old videos and add manually mid-roll ads yourself to the right place in your video, and you can start making more money on your old content.
I didn't even know that.
Nobody. See, that's why I made the 9 things you don't know about YouTube monetization video. And I wish that got more views because like people do not know. And I made a like YouTube tricks to triple your AdSense. Not enough people watch that video. And I told all the tea. That's where you learn this. I told all the tea on how to triple your AdSense revenue, and nobody wants to click on the video. But it's fine. That's like, see, there you go. I'm like, who benefits more? Who benefits more from me making content? The viewer or me? The viewer, if they do it right. And you know why I know that? Because like because there's people who watch my content that grew from my content. D'Angelo Wallace commented on one of my videos back in the day and said, hey, I had like 2,000 subscribers. Roberto's content is what helped me grow. D'Angelo Wallace is over 1 million subscribers, and he went viral on the Shane Dawson stuff. Gideon told me that that I helped him grow when he was a small YouTuber. Nate O'Brien, like people grow from this community. Leon Lush, people grow when they learn one thing they didn't know that is the most helpful to them at the time, and they can benefit more than the person teaching them. There are plenty of people that are making more money than me on YouTube that were small YouTubers that came up in my community. My friend Chris Doe, the future, Chris Doe, I helped him when he had 30,000 subscribers. He has 2 million subscribers. He's bigger than me. I'm going back to Chris Doe and saying, hey, help a brother out. Like, pay it back. Like, pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? And I can ask him for help because he's a really good dude and he's the most humble person I've ever met. But that also matters. Helping people when they're smaller than you, they might be bigger than you one day. So everybody should help the people in their community because you're going to need help one day. And the thing is, you help somebody, they might surpass you. Don't be jealous and don't be envious of them. They can help you later because you help them. Not everyone will reciprocate, but it is important to do that and to build up your karma that
They
way.
asking what video was that. Everybody want to know what video was that again. If they want you to put in the chat.
The 7 tricks to triple your AdSense income and increase CPM. It's the one here on the screen that I'm showing you. 7 YouTube monetization tricks to triple your AdSense income and increase your CPM. Go to that after this live stream and watch that video because it will teach you some stuff. Then also you probably want to watch my video, 9 things about YouTube monetization you probably didn't know. That one's really important too, because something else we can do that people don't know is if you don't like political ads, you can actually block political ads from going to your viewers as a creator. If you're a creator and you don't want your audience to see political ads, you can block them. I did that before 2016, thank God. And I saved my audience a lot of heartache. I blocked, but here's the thing, political ads pay so much money. They pay so much money. I took a little bit of a pay cut for that, but I think it was worth it because my audience didn't have to watch toxic political ads since 2014 midterms. My audience has not had to suffer through political ads for 8 years. For 8 years, my audience has stopped suffering from political ads because I know that one trick. I know the one thing. And I also, when some people were doing, there was some political ads that were also very anti whatever. Try not to get demonetized. Like some, like some whatever.
Yeah.
I told some specific communities how to protect their community from ads they don't like and that you can ban individual advertisers too. So if there's an advertiser that's attacking your community, you can ban them. You know, like if somebody was running racist ads on our videos, we can actually ban that advertiser.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like, and some ads get through that are against terms of service. It's really weird. But yeah, one thing you want to look at is you always want to look at retention rates. You can find some of this in the content tab, but what you really want to do is you want to go to the audience tab and you can look at a couple of different things. One, I want to tell y'all that notifications do not help you as much as you think because you saw my traffic sources. I don't get views from notifications and y'all don't get the YouTube notifications anyway. So I wouldn't worry about that. You can see other channels that your audience watches. And so you can get ideas from these other channels. You can collaborate with these other channels. So obviously all my homies, Nick Nimmin, Think Media, channel makers, Nate is one of the best. Film Booth, Ed is the best. He's crushing it right now. My homies over at TubeBuddy, who sponsor the channel, Vanessa Lau, Gary V, who is very good to me in my early career, by the way. Alex Hermosi, my girl Kelly Stamps, because support Black creators, but also I've talked about her a couple of times in videos and streams and everything because she's absolutely killing it. So Journey with the Hintons, I'm less familiar with, but I definitely want to look at them more. So yeah, you can see, oh yeah, this is actually who my audience would be. And then in terms of other videos my channels watch, of course they're watching Ed from Phil Booth. Of course they're watching Channel Makers. They're watching Finzar. They're watching Nick Nimmin, D Nimmin.
All those guys helped out so much. And they gave me free. I haven't bought one thing.
Yeah.
I have used all the device. Ask my wife. Me and my wife watched, been doing all that stuff. I'm telling you, they help out so much, especially Film Booth. Film Booth is really good.
Oh, he's great. Like,
he's really good. Like, and I just took.
I've worked
ideas.
with like me and Ed have worked together. We've helped each other like brainstorm. Like I brainstorm with the other YouTube coaches. We're actually all pretty good friends, and we go to conventions together. We talk in Discord and DMs and iMessage chats together. We don't compete against each other. We all actually are friends. You don't need to be competitive and have this cutthroat thing. Someone's winning, so you're losing. Nick was a smaller YouTuber than me. He's a bigger YouTuber than me now. Vanessa will most likely always be bigger than me. She speaks to a different audience, and she's crushing it for female content creators and entrepreneurs in a way I never could. There's something for everybody, you know? And as you know, there's a community of people that rock with me specifically, you know, over everybody else. So like there's something for everybody. One of the things I want to bring up is there's this new tab that is videos growing your audience. And so it tells you that. And so that's actually extremely helpful. So that's very powerful. Another thing in the content side is if you go to individual videos, there is, I'm looking for a retention. Actually, maybe it's under audience now. There's a way in your videos, you probably have to go to the individual videos now, and I'll show you this. If you go to your individual content, and let's say I go to, what video do I want to go to? Let's say I go to this 8 profitable niches and I go to my analytics. I can go to this tab called engagement on this individual video. And what you want to do is you want to go to this part of engagement on an individual video. You want to look at, yes, look at average view percentage, but that's not everything. You want to look at this retention graph. The part you want to pay attention to is you want to click see more, and you want to look at, okay, what's happening in the first 30 seconds? Why are people dropping off or leaving? And then you want to retain them. And so you want to do that. And then you can go to this thing, relative retention though. And the thing is, watch this. It may feel bad, but you can also see, well, is it above average? And look at this. A lot of my video performed above average to average for the length of what the video is. So for a 22-minute video, this performed. Now, if I click on a different video, let's see what video I could click on. This one is actually really strong on monetization. Sorry, not monetization, on retention, because almost 50% viewed, almost 50% percentage viewed. So my retention rate's almost 50%. This is this is what you want. You want it to be flat as it can be. If I look at relative retention, the entire video is basically performing above average the entire time, right up until the end of the video.
What about a bad video?
A bad video, I don't really have a good example of. But I will say this, retention is different on live streams.
Okay.
Relative retention on my live streams is above average, even if it's only 6% view, because it's a 5-hour stream. And so there's some data I have that I share usually with like my members and stuff like that around what percentage thresholds you need to hit for retention. What I will tell you is most of you just need to aim for over 50%, but not on long videos that are over an hour. Then, you know, it doesn't matter actually. Like if it's over an hour, maybe 10%. But if it's 5 hours, 2%. Like, because look at this. Above average, hours in, 3 hours in, 2 hours in, above average, and then it goes to average, and then at the end it's below average because we have a long outro. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see that.
So this is the thing, is retention. And what you want to do is if your videos are shorter, like let's use the export from Adobe Premiere. This is a tutorial. This is my secret for tutorial videos. With tutorial videos, I can get to high, which because people rewind back in tutorial videos. And the thing is, this will help you edit better videos. And then I keep like most of the audience, like if I go to audience retention, I keep almost 50% of the audience through 75% of the video, because then I have an outro. If I cut the outro, this will all be 75% average view duration, but I don't need to because the outro is telling them to watch other video editing tutorials. So that's helpful to me to push the remainder of that 20% of people to other content. And the thing is, what I might start doing is for most of my videos can have good retention. But at the end, as most of you know, I say, you know, I promote other videos, but then I also tell people a goodbye message. I'd say, all right, now go out there and create something awesome today and take care. I tell people to have a good day and I'm rooting for you. If I cut that off the end of my videos, if I cut off the last 20 seconds of my videos retention goes up. That's good for me. But I don't know that I love that idea. I might do it for half my videos in the future going forward and just end the videos abruptly. Because what I found is abrupt starts and abrupt ends do really well for videos. And I can show you all later on the analytics how my small channel is doing to make it relatable, because I have a small channel and all we do is abrupt intros and outros and it crushes. But with your audience, I want to show you something. Your unique viewers is who your real audience is. Even in, let's go out of a specific video and let's go to the whole channel's analytics, like I said, and go for 90 days. So people be like, haha, you only got so many views. You don't have an actual audience. Haha, you bought subscribers or some nonsense. That's public people like not understanding back-end data. YouTube knows who your actual audience is. And it says that in 90 days, almost 300 unique humans watched my videos in 90 days. So that's unique humans. Returning viewers means these are people who are repeat viewers. And your goal is actually to have more new viewers. I wish they would switch this and tell you who your new viewers are, but like they want you to know who your repeat viewers are. And I get that because you want to know who your loyal viewers are. But so like you could say I have a 35K super loyalty audience. Great. But like what you really want is you want new viewers more than you want returning viewers. Returning viewers are nice, but new viewers are your acquisition for new subscribers. You can only get new subscribers if you get new viewers. Yeah. So you need acquisition and then you need retention afterward. So you acquire and then you retain, just like with customer service, right? Mm-hmm. So like you need more new viewers than you do previous viewers. I know everyone wants active subscribers, but what you really need to grow a YouTube channel is new viewers. And again, this is what, if you pay no money to me, this is what you will understand from watching my content. And it is more beneficial for you than for me, for you to know this. Because you don't need to buy anything, but you can buy things. Some things you buy can help. Some things you buy just to support. We spend money how we want to spend money. You make your own choice. But what I will also tell you,
I'm gonna make a video on how good this is.
You don't have to, because again, I don't think your audience. You can make that for Twitter, because I don't think your YouTube audience.
No, I was just joking. I'm just like, you know what we're talking about. I'm saying I'm not gonna complain about it's good. I mean, this is good information and stuff. It helped me. I know it's helping a lot of folks in here, especially I see in the chat how that last thing we were talking about, the 7 uniques and the 9 uniques, that's really crazy. Like going back, it's like I said, it's work. Going back and working and doing that stuff, changing your thumbnails, doing all that kind of stuff to get better. Because when you start YouTube, you don't really know.
You don't know anything when you start. Yeah.
And your videos are horrible. I look back at some of my old videos like,
my old videos are horrible. Oh. Half of them are out of focus because my camera sucked. I had a cheap camera, so it would go out of focus all the time. That's why I'm only Sony now. I'm only Sony now because of the autofocus. I
got A7C right here.
Yeah.
I love it.
If you click on the advanced tab and then you click on content and you click on subscribers, you can literally see which videos gave you the most subscribers. And so you click on that, and then this column right here literally tells you what videos gave you the most subscribers. And what all of you should do is make more of the videos that gave you the top 10 most videos that gave you the most subscribers, top 5, top 10 of those. You should make more videos like that. And that is what will grow you. And that's why I also know what grew me in 2013 through 2016. And I didn't need YouTube help content. There is a feature here called compare to, and you can create groups, and then you could kind of know based on what videos, you could kind of start to know things like what gave you more subscribers. I'll give you a primary example. I have 200 videos on graphic design. So I made a group. And the thing is, not in the last 90 days, we'll go to lifetime. This is the real YouTube tea. If you make a video group and you plug in the videos you made about a certain type of content, you can, it says it's missing the data. Oh, damn. It's missing all the data. It's missing data from.
Now, I ain't know about groups. That's crazy.
I'll have to redo this because it's missing all the data. That's unfortunate. Or I'll have to make a new group. That's unfortunate. It used to tell me that. YouTuber content. Let me see if it has any of that data. No, it doesn't have the data. When YouTube's missing the data. I have to make a new group again. Actually, what if maybe I could do it. Maybe I could do it in real time. That might take too long. You can make groups with the group feature, but it sucks sometimes because maybe there's a problem. Maybe it's my analytics. YouTube might just be missing data. But I know when I did this before that I was like, oh, I made so many subscribers off of the. Oh, wait, here's the data. Oh, it's comparing it to the previous period. I see it now. All right, I have to scroll for y'all to see this. It is missing data, but I can still see the data. Okay, watch this. So make money online videos, and not even all of the make money online videos, just the ones that I have some record for. Apparently, Lifetime made me almost 70,000 views. Graphic design videos, Lifetime, let's see. Those made me like 60,000 views. So that's already 100K. The DSLR videos around camera gear. So the camera gear video made me 10,000 views. So we'd still be over 100,000. We'd still be over 1,000. Sorry, over 100,000. Social media and business videos. Those made me 8,000. And so let's see. I know that the YouTube help stuff made me at least 150,000 subscribers. YouTuber content. Yeah, 120,000 subscribers. So only about 120. Maybe it's a little more. Maybe I'd give it generous. I'd say that maybe 180 to 200,000 of my subscribers came from YouTube help content. But that means that the other 300,000 plus all came from other types of content. And again, I think that if I did it today, it would be it'd be mostly tutorials and make money online content.
Yep.
Those may not be active subscribers. I think my most active subscribers today might be YouTube help content. But again, data doesn't lie. You can find out what is growing your channel and what has historically grown your channel. Most of the secret sauce is in YouTube's advanced mode. But like we were saying, and like you were saying, most small YouTubers do not know how to read any of this data.
It was so confusing, but it's getting better now, you know.
But like, does seeing that and saying, okay, I can find out where my subs came from, does that help you? And in the chat, does that help y'all? Do y'all feel better knowing where your subs came from? And I showed you where traffic comes from too, and how to identify where YouTube traffic comes from.
Because like, I think I saw that while I was telling you about one of your last videos that you had this information in. Me and my wife, we watched it and I said, okay, I got to go. I'll give you an example. I'll go on my channel and look at it. I had this video said my GameStop online order completely shocked me. So I had like 3 or 4 GameStop videos about GameStop and different stuff.
Right.
And I looked and I'm like, wait a minute. Anytime I talk about GameStop and talking about like not problems, but you know how to get good deals from it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
People subscribe and I look like, oh shoot, I got this one video I did and it was I got 11,000 views, about to hit 12,000 views. I got 94 subscribers from that.
Exactly.
Video.
So if you keep doing things like, oh, I get 94 subscribers from this. Okay, watch this. If you identify a video that you got 100 subscribers, I'm going to tell all of you how to get another 10,000 subscribers. I'm going to tell all of you how to get another 10,000 subscribers. If you can identify 2 or 3 videos that you got 100 subscribers from, and you figure out who those people are and why they subscribed, if you can figure out what was in their head when they subscribed, or they tell you in the comments why they subscribed, or, oh, I rock with you, and you read your comments and it's on the video and you say, okay, these 3 videos each got me 100 new subscribers and I'm a small YouTuber. If you gonna make 100 videos this year, you should make the 100 videos that got you 100 subscribers, 300 subscribers, 500 subscribers. You should make your 100 videos around why did I get, like what videos. You should make it around the topics that gave you that. Because if you got 100 subscribers off of a video and then you make 100 more videos like that, you're going to get another 10,000 subscribers eventually off of that, right? But if you have videos that got you 500, 300, and you know what those videos are by using the advanced mode like I showed you, you can plan and say, okay, is there a way to milk that topic more? Now, what happens is there's a lot of people that I'm an artist, I'm creative, I'm an artist, I'm creative, and they will refuse to do what is working and what the data says. And they're like, I hate YouTube analytics. Why can't I just post what I want? Why don't people care about this? You have to do what the people want if you want their attention.
Yeah, you do.
You got to give the people what they want. You got to serve the audience, or somebody else will put their ego aside and put the audience first. If you're not putting the audience first, somebody else will.
And that's a hard pill to swallow, because I think that's one of the reasons why my subs went down.
Super chat.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. But yeah, I learned that. And I'm like, oh wait, if I start making my videos again, because it does take a lot of time, and it take a lot of time, gas, money, all that stuff. Go and make these other videos. But
you got an expense. You got expenses on that. Yeah.
Oh, I do. But I like making these game hunt videos on stuff but that's what people want. And then I slowly mix in other stuff in, like the GameStop stuff,
Right.
PlayStation stuff like that. So
add new things. If you're getting bored, add new things. Don't take away what your audience rocks with you for. Add new things until they like those new things enough.
Yes, that's what I'm doing, and I'm learning. And it was a shot to my ego at first. I'm not making this no more, and that was a detriment to myself. So
even my ego has been bruised by my YouTube comment section or by my views on the videos. Even my ego has been bruised by it. Now, what I do is then I set my ego aside. I look at my bills in my bank account, and I'm like, oh, all right. It's like, I'm here to serve, so I'm gonna show up and serve. I'm gonna show up and do my job. You do your job. Like, see, the thing is, people make this emotional. If you want to do this as a hobby, I'm fine with you doing it as a hobby. But I would say don't get emotional about your numbers if you're doing it as a hobby. And if you're doing it as a career, don't get emotional about your ego and about it being about you. And then you got to be about the audience, because the audience is now your customer.
Yeah.
So if you're in the YouTube content game to do art, and if you're in the YouTube content game to do a job and do a career, we ain't the same. We ain't the same. So I don't need you complaining about the way I do things and the way my community does things and the way my subscribers do things. Because like a bunch of y'all who are my subscribers, you're out here playing the game, and you're not doing it as a game of pickup ball that you're just doing from time to time. You're trying to make something of yourself. People who want to do an art project are welcome to do an art project, but that ain't got nothing to do with you. And so they ain't got no business judging our community. They ain't got no business. I'm just being real with y'all. I'm being real with y'all. Give it about a week or 2 weeks, and somebody's about to drop a hit piece on me because they're a starving artist who made 5 YouTube channels over 6 years, didn't focus on one, and they can't get anywhere. And they also don't acknowledge that their success is making 150 videos and having like 3,000 subscribers, which is better than what Mr. Beast did at 100 videos. Like, because Mr. Beast didn't even get 1,000 subscribers.
But bless his little heart. He'd be all
bless
right.
his little heart. You know, like bless, but somebody, I'm just letting y'all know, heads up, somebody's gonna drop a hit piece on me, but we're playing different games because I've been making content on the internet longer than this person's been alive. You know, so I'm not that mad at the kid because it is a kid. It's a 20-something-year-old. I'm not that mad. You know, I'm a grown adult. I'm almost a 40-year-old black man out here. But what I'm going to say about it, because I'm not going to respond to the video, I'm not going to comment on his video, I'm not going to give him attention because that's what he wants. He's 20. I'm just going to let you know. I am not the same as someone who wants to put together an art portfolio. I'm not someone who's nostalgic about the YouTube that created a Markiplier or a PewDiePie. I care about YouTube as it exists today in the real world because I'm a grown adult and I don't long for the way things were. I might, but I don't make that a point because I know you cannot go back in time. I'm not long for the way things were. I live in the world as it exists today because that's what a responsible adult does. And I worry about making money and taking care of the people in my life because that's what a grown adult does when you have bills and you have people to take care of in your life. You wake up every day, and if you do not think, how am I going to provide for the people in my life, then you're not being a responsible adult once there are people in your life. When you are a child, you can make all the art you want as long as you can accept the consequences and some of the struggles that comes with that, because it is hard to be an artist. It is hard to be an artist. I'm a grown adult. My family was struggling. You don't think I gave up my hopes and dreams? You don't think that people like me and Mr. Wright, you don't think we gave up some of our hopes and dreams as young men to be responsible men and be responsible adults? That's what life is. But I don't understand. I don't expect someone who's 20 to understand the perspective of someone who's almost 40.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Like, keep living. Like I say, I can remember when I was 20 and 30 doing some stupid stuff.
When I was 20, I was an arrogant twat who thought he knew everything too. I was a prick. I was a prick at 20. None of y'all would have liked me.
That's why I'm really glad that the accident did happen to me when I was in the military. Guys, you're going a little too crazy. We need to set you down for a little while.
Life will humble you. Life humbles you. Life humbled me. Life humbled me. I thought I knew everything. Life humbled me. And it does that. And that's what being an adult is, you know, like we grew up in an era before the YouTube and the internet existed. When YouTube came out, I was like 20-something years old when YouTube came out. I was already an adult. I was already a grown man with bills when YouTube came out. I was a grown man with bills to pay when YouTube came out. So I didn't jump on it thinking I was going to blow up or do nothing. I was trying to do YouTube with my friends, and I was trying to have fun. And that's what you do at 20-something-year-olds. It did not work out because my friends did not have the work ethic for it. And so that's why I didn't do YouTube seriously until 2013. I was here in 2006, 2005. I was here in YouTube from the beginning. None of you will ever know that, though, because my friends and our collab channels, they're all gone. They're all deleted. And all those people quit YouTube, and all those people gave up on their dreams. And that's how it is sometimes. I still talk to some of those people from back in North Carolina. I still talk to some of my friends from back in North Carolina, and like nobody like really made it. I changed direction and pivoted and decided I have to do things on my own, because trying to do things with my friends this way, people are not ready in life to do it. And I try to do things on my own. And then when I took it seriously, I hustled from 2013 to 2016, and I got 100K subscribers because I believed that I could do it. There was no YouTube advice, no help community. Nobody was really helping me. I only had 3 YouTube friends, David DeFranco, Amy Landino, and I would say Chris Perillo. Those were like my only 3 YouTube friends when I started on YouTube. And they didn't do necessarily shout outs or anything like that, but I could at least talk to them about YouTube. And I only had 3 friends on YouTube. I only had 3 YouTube friends, and I made them in Twitter. And I didn't go to a VidCon until I already had a silver play button. I didn't go to a VidCon. I didn't go to any creator events until I had a silver play button. I did YouTube alone. I did it lonely and alone.
You did it the right way.
I wouldn't say the right way. Oh, that's a great pun on your name. I did it the hard way. I did it the hard way. And the thing is, I make content because maybe everyone doesn't have to do it the hard way that I did. Maybe you do better if you can talk to more people. Maybe you do better if you have some advice. Maybe you do better if someone shows you how analytics work. Maybe you do better if someone tells you, don't join a multi-channel network. They'll take your money for nothing. They'll take half your money. Like, don't join a multi-channel network. Like, I wish that big YouTubers had told me how it really is, and nobody did. If you want to say that no one gives YouTube advice, or no one gives good YouTube advice, back in the old days, big YouTubers did not share advice publicly. They only did it at events that I couldn't go to and couldn't afford to go to. I couldn't afford to go to YouTube events, and nobody was putting it out on the internet for free until it was like me and Tim Schmoyer and Daryl Eves and Gideon Shalwick and David Walsh. We were the original YouTube coaches. Was me, Gideon Shalwick, David Walsh, Tim Schmoyer, who just sold his company to vidIQ, and Daryl Eves, who's crushing it with The Chosen, the most watched show out there right now, and representing Christians and doing a great job. One of the most popular shows there out there that's ever been a successfully self-funded, fan-funded web series. Massive community, millions upon millions of views every upload for that. So shout out to Daryl on The Chosen. But there was no help and no advice back in those days, unless you were in the circle and could afford to go to VidCon when it was small, when it started, and you couldn't afford to do that. Or if you weren't one of the Utah YouTubers, it used to be that the Utah YouTubers, it was Devin Supertramp. So it was Devin Graham, Devin Supertramp, massive creator, massive OG YouTuber, who started doing Utah YouTuber meetups in his garage back in the day. If you couldn't go out to Utah, or you weren't part of that community, you couldn't go to that. And so you wouldn't get help and get advice. So the Utah YouTubers worked together, and they all came up together. And that's how he met his girlfriend, Lindsay Sterling. And we all know Lindsay Sterling. She's a massive creator, one of the biggest female content creators, violinist and dancer, and massive, massive talent. And she's over 10 million, and she has some of the most beloved videos on YouTube. And she's successful because she went to that Utah YouTuber meetup, and she writes about it in her book. In her memoir, The Only Pirate at the Party, she writes about being a misfit and about not fitting in and not having YouTuber friends and all this stuff. But she writes about how there would be no Lindsay Sterling. There'd be no Lindsay Sterling without Devin Graham. And it's because she was able to go to that Utah YouTuber meetup, listen to this guy in his garage talk about YouTube, meet other YouTubers, and then get some help with her channel, get some help filming, get to make better content, get some support. And that's how it is. And so there is a real challenge and struggle when you try to do something on your own. And I've lived it. I would be bigger if I had had help. If I had had help, or if my friends had been able to come through for me, we'd be RCD World 1 right now.
Yeah, they do some good stuff.
Because that was the kind of content we were doing back in the day. We would be RCD World 1. We were like anime black nerd creators. That's why you know, like that's why I know all the anime references and everything. Because I'm deep in the anime community. That's why I'm like, you know, homies with like SSJ9K, Geekdom 101.
Geekdom does great stuff. Geekdom
is like, yeah, I text Geekdom every week. Like we're like, I've like been on his channel before. He's a great creator. I knew Geekdom back when he just got to 200K subscribers. He's almost to 800K now. Like
when he came here to Dallas, he did the Dragon Ball convention. He did a
Kamehacon. Yeah, Kamehacon. Yeah, he hosted Kamehacon.
He hosted it. He had everybody doing stuff. I mean, I was taking pictures then.
He did the voice actor panels. He did all that. He did that. Yeah, he did that.
Such a good passion, and he's knowledgeable, and he makes he's the best Dragon Ball.
Me and Geekdom text twice a week about our stock trades.
That's awesome.
Me and Geekdom. We were during the pandemic. Me and Geekdom cleaned up in the stock market during the pandemic because we're close enough to where we can talk finances candidly together as men and as creators, and so we're super transparent with each other. And we talked about stocks during the pandemic. We talked about our mortgage and financing stuff, and like me buying my house and stuff like that. We like. You know, when you have friends that you can talk to, your life gets easier when you have a real network. When you have a network, and it's not just friends where you're casual friends, but where you are literally working towards your goals, and you have the same goals, you have the same values, you have the same. You know, sometimes you need people from different backgrounds who have different experiences too. You need a variety. You don't need an echo chamber. You need a variety of people in your life.
Yeah, you do.
But my friends make me more money. Like my friends make me more money, and my friends want me to make me more money. I know that when I meet a girl, it's going to be because of my network. I know that my friends are going to look out for me and make sure that I end up with the right woman. I know that they're going to look out for me. I know that my friends are going to have my back, and that my friends are going to look out for my kids when the time comes. I know that that's the power of having the right people in your corner and building a powerful network of people who are working together and not working against each other. That's why I also don't go out of my way. I never work against somebody if I can help it. I don't work against someone if I can help it. I'm not going to hinder someone's success if I can help it.
It's a little different at my little John.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say little, but it's different.
Well, you and I are building a friendship here. At least I hope we are. And I think that there's a lot of other creators, especially I would love us to do something with some of our friends that are in the black nerd space specifically.
Yeah,
I think that more of us should get together, and that we should do more stuff together, and we should talk more.
Yeah.
There are a couple of us who do, but I think the circle should be widened up a little bit, and some more people should be brought in. I think more of us should talk, and I could probably, and the smaller ones, I can introduce y'all to some of the people who are more mid-tier or bigger too. So I think we should do more of that. I've been trying to figure out how to do it locally too. Me and Technically T have been talking about this a little bit, and we want to do something local for YouTubers. My friend Romina left. She used to do a local YouTuber meetup here in Atlanta in the metro area. And I've hung out with T a couple of times. I want to do something. I got to talk to T about it. Like, I want to do something more locally for Atlanta. I think it could be really good for our local community here. I think our local community here.
Atlanta. We were just me and my wife, we were just in Atlanta as guests at this convention. Matter of fact, we're going to Pittsburgh to be. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, we're going to Pittsburgh Gaming Convention. We're going to be guests to that. So it's like little things like that. We're trying to get out there and meet people and do stuff.
Oh, yeah.
In the black nerd community and stuff like that. When I go to these conventions, I'm like the only one there. My wife, she's Puerto Rican, so she's a woman of color. So it's always good to see that representation.
Oh, when you have kids, there'll be Miles Morales. That's great.
And I told her that. I told her that. I said, if we have a boy, we're gonna name him Miles. I told
damn right. Yeah, there you go. That's what you got to. You got to. You got to.
That Spider-Man is like.
Yes,
that's my favorite.
Oh, it's the Spider-Verse was the best Marvel movie made, to be honest with you.
But the game on the PS4.
Oh, facts. I love
Morales. Me and my wife sat there. We was crying, like just looking at.
Oh yeah, no, I was. It got me. It got to me. Star Wars: The Old Republic Gaming, one of my favorite games. You make your own luck. It's why I always end my videos with "May the force of your will further your destiny." Oh, I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah. Ted Talks says, Andrew, gonna be using and watching your videos for Adobe Express to create a thumbnail and YouTube banner. Yeah, my friend Andrew Can is in the chat, and he is a tremendous creator in his own right, formerly of TubeBuddy, now independent, and he makes some great content on Adobe Creative Express, and I believe they're sponsoring him, and he's a smaller channel, I think with about 10,000 subs or so, as a content creator and filmmaker, and he's sponsored by Adobe. So you can get stuff as a small YouTuber. I keep saying it. Thank you, Artist Haven, for sharing the Amazon link for my book. Appreciate you. We got some more super chats. Oh my God, we have $100 super chat. Forbidden World says, I'm repurposing vintage retro sci-fi radio shows fully transcribed for a new generation. Can shorts help? I think shorts, in theory, could help if there's a good teaser, but your content, if it's radio shows, to be honest, you would be better with clips you'd be better repurposing clips than you would shorts. You'd be better repurposing 1 to 4 minute clips instead of YouTube shorts. I would use some YouTube shorts possibly, but I think you do better with 1 to 4 minute clips. In fact, actually, I'll show y'all my my small highlights channel. So my small highlights channel is crushing it. And I'll show you the data behind that. But I want to get to more of these super chats as well, because I want to show you something for the small YouTubers out there, because it's a small channel. It has almost 400 subscribers, and we've only been uploading daily since August 1st. So we've been 40-something days, almost 50 days in a row of uploads now. Channel Makers put out an interesting video about how new hover play feature and how that could affect your titles and thumbnails. Wondering if you have taken on evolving our thumbnails over time. My thought on evolving thumbnails over time is to do it. Mr. Beast is currently doing it. I think it's actually really smart to do it. Puppet Nerd says, I have a resource channel for kids. I like that. And teachers to use, but set to 4 kids because of this. But this doesn't let me connect with the teachers since they can't comment. So your educational channel that is for teachers to use as a resource for kids, stop labeling it as for kids. If YouTube did that automatically, appeal that decision. Puppet Nerd, appeal that decision, but do not manually set your content as for kids content, because you're actually targeting teachers and not children. So appeal that decision with YouTube, or don't label it that in your own content manually from now on. So really important one there. We got more super chats. I'm scrolling for it. I know we have a... Oh, this is Nerd Puppet. Yeah, I have a second education channel for teachers to use as a resource for kids. What I would say is go into your YouTube settings and make sure that's set to not for kids. Make sure it's set to not for kids, and to use it as a resource for adults. Because if you're targeting teachers, then it's not for kids content. And if YouTube is overriding that, appeal to them. And if the appeals don't work in a couple of weeks, tweet at me in YouTube, and my DMs are open, and I'll try and get in front of Team YouTube on Twitter for you and retweet it. I'll try and help you. I will help anyone who's in my community that's supportive and not a troll. I have no issue helping you if there's a massive issue with your channel and trying to get it in front of people who can help. I cannot promise you anything. I cannot promise YouTube will do anything, but I can try and use my access to try to get it in front of them so that you're not stuck in the queue forever or something like that. I will do what I can. Plenty of you who follow me on Twitter, you already know this. I've already done it for you. When a lot of you had your channels hacked, I helped you get some of your channels back. So you know I'm willing to do that for you. I will say that I'm petty enough, by the way. I will say I'm petty enough to not help somebody who decides to talk trash about me, though. I am that petty.
Also too, YouTube on Twitter, Team YouTube, they're pretty good at getting back at stuff. You know,
they are. I don't care what anybody says about them. People are so mean to them too. That's the weird thing. Posh Tech, thank you for becoming a YouTube channel member. I do appreciate you. It would be great to have 1,000 YouTube channel members. I don't need to, but it would be great. That would actually be amazing. All I really want in terms of like the customer base stuff is things like, okay, if 1,000 people buy my book, I'm happy. 500 people have bought my book. If 1,000 people buy my book, I am happy, and I'm content if 1,000 people buy my book, because then, all right, I have 1,000 true fans. I have 1,000 real ones. So if I have 1,000 people buy my book, or I have 1,000 people decide to be $5 channel members, or I have 1,000 people that ever buy products from me of any kind, I'm happy. I do not need like more than 1,000 real people to buy my stuff for me to be happy and feel supported with the money I make. Because, by the way, that is tremendous. And again, if I had a wish list, it's 1,000 people that buy my stuff whenever I put it out and support me. And then I get to keep making free stuff for everybody. And yeah, 1 million subscribers would be nice, because then I can be at a level to where I'm like, I can say definitively that I've done something that the smallest number of people maybe have done. 1 million's a big number. 500,000's great. 500,000 was beyond my wildest dreams, to be honest. I was shocked at 100,000. I was like, 500,000's impossible. I said it's my upper limit. But if I do 1 million, then I'm like, okay, no matter what happens, I did that. So that's the only, if I had a wish list, it's just 1 million subscribers, and out of that 1 million subscribers, I only need 1,000 people out of that 1 million subscribers to buy everything that I put out. And then I'm like, okay, that's good enough. And that's just mostly me putting out books, by the way, and books, merchandise, or whatever, or become channel members. That's all anyone really wants, I think, is to feel supported. And that's what would make me feel the most supported, to where I'm like, I don't need anything else in terms of any validation, right? Because everyone wants to be appreciated. Everyone wants to be validated. Everyone wants to feel supported. And so for me, I know what that would look like to me and how that would make me feel. But I think if 100 people support you, if 100 people support you, you can make a living with 100 people supporting you. And by supporting you, I mean, supporting you with their wallet. I think if you have 100 to 1,000 true fans, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. But what I do think is you have to create real value for those people. And I don't think other people get to judge that value. Only the people who are consuming.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are consuming it, those are the people who matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Sewing Report says, one thing I'd say is if your parent isn't an expert in something you want to do, seek information from elsewhere. They are not all knowing. Oh, facts. My mom was great about the fact that she knew she didn't know everything. So she would always try to help me. And she would always try to put me in front of people who knew, or books that could give me an answer. And that's why I became a big fan of books. And that's why I decided to write one.
Yeah, and I got the book on the way coming too, man. Oh,
that's great. Yeah. A bunch of them just arrived at the house. I'm putting them in my luggage, and I'm bringing them to Vid Summit in California next week. And I'm bringing them people of video in New York Monday. Sketch My Story says, Roberto, I contacted a lawyer about companies reposting my content as theirs, but there was nothing they could really do because the companies were all based in China. Yeah, China is big on intellectual property theft. That's a big problem. That's really hard.
Yes, yeah, you get everything. I've been there. I've been to China. I got my bootleg Jordans and PlayStations there. So
yeah, no, big intellectual property. That's my other problem with TikTok is all the China stuff. My biggest problem with TikTok is all the China stuff.
I really haven't even
the data mining, and the data mining and the spyware.
Really?
Yeah, you haven't dug into. Oh, yeah, it's a big deal, dude.
I don't even really do into. I don't really do TikTok.
If you have a TikTok account, they actually also get access to your accounts on other devices. What? It's in the terms of services. Yeah, it's in the terms of service. They get access to your other devices. It's spyware.
Time to delete TikTok, probably.
It might be too little, too late.
It might be, yeah.
Simply You Makeup says, I've always loved you and your style. Praises for you taking care of your mother. I'm proud of you. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. That means something. That's like one of the biggest things is my mom is probably, she's always proud of me and she's proud of everything I accomplished. But the book is one of the things she's the most proud of because when she knows what that means and she knows it's a legacy for me and for the family, for there to be a book out there from somebody. And she knows that books are forever. And so she has not been stopping gushing over me for the book and the fact that I became an Amazon bestseller. And now the book is coming to our local Barnes and Noble and That's to awesome. To our library and stuff like that. And, obviously she's telling all the relatives and stuff like that. It means something. It means something to do something like that. Like most of my relatives that, they didn't understand getting a YouTube play button and what that means. And it's like, oh, good for you or whatever. They didn't understand what being a public speaker really means and that stuff. But my relatives do understand publishing a book and being a bestseller.
You get them 10,000 hours. So you do, hey, you put in the views.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculously hard to write a book, y'all.
I bet it is. Shoot, I can barely write a paper. That's one thing about my audience. I tell them sometimes I can't spell or pronounce anything, and I just accept it, and we'll joke about it, especially in the comments. Especially sometimes when you mispronounce something or misspell something, the comment section will blow up. And
oh, facts. Oh,
and
it'll get engagement. Some people do it on purpose. Forever Worlds, I answered your question earlier. And I don't know why you're mad that, oh, you think it's Tony Robbins BS. It's like, we're talking, we're having a conversation. I gave everyone YouTube Shorts updates at the first 30 minutes of the video. And we've spent an hour in YouTube analytics and small YouTuber stuff. And we actually talked to 2 small YouTubers from their perspective.
yeah,
There's no false advertising here. And see, this is my problem sometimes. People get up in their britches, and yeah, people want what they want, but it's like, I gave some people exactly that thing, and I gave it at the top of the hour. I gave the first, if all you cared about was YouTube Shorts, I gave it to you for the first 25 minutes. We gave you YouTube Shorts updates. We gave you 20 YouTube Shorts updates for 25 minutes, and we spent over an hour in YouTube analytics showing you YouTube analytics and how to read them as a small YouTuber. I don't know that someone can be mad.
too. The chat blew up about it. It was amazing. It was helpful information in the first hour and 30 minutes, and then things I didn't know. I just didn't know. And it was links in there. And I don't know. Sometimes people just want things because they want it or they missed it, and also
or they missed it. It could be that. It's whatever.
And you can go back and replay it. Don't have to be so mad.
And I have dedicated videos that are only on analytics the entire time. But Spontaneous Backpackers, are you covering Adobe's Figma acquisition? I'm actually probably going to cover it on the podcast. I'm going to cover it on the podcast. Adobe's Figma acquisition is really interesting. The stock price went down. I bought the dip. But yeah, I literally gave the analytics stuff, and I gave a lot of it, and we're about to give more analytics stuff here, actually. Small YouTuber here, ready to listen and learn. Thank you, Maggie, the substitute teacher. I appreciate you. $10 super chat. Did you put ads on your videos as a young YouTuber that doesn't monetize? So what happened was back in my day, one of the reasons I made no money on YouTube at first also was I did not put ads really on my videos until I had like 10,000 subscribers, like a dumbass, because back in my day, you were hated if you put ads on your videos and you didn't have 10,000 subscribers yet. It's a good thing I got it in 11 months. But the first 11 months, I really made next to nothing because people would hate on you if there were ads in your videos and you had less than 10,000 subscribers. Y'all really don't understand what YouTube was like back in the day. YouTube was cutthroat back in the day. If you had less than 10,000 subscribers, it was, how dare you run an ad? You haven't earned that. That's how it was. And then it was that way for sponsors. How dare you make sponsored content? Then it was, how dare you have a Patreon? It was all this stuff. People really, the support for creators didn't happen until like after the Viners got big. Like after like 2016, 2017, until after the adpocalypse, and after the adpocalypse in 2017, 2018, that's the only time people started really supporting creators. People were straight hating on creators making money all the way up until 2017. All the way up until 2017, people were hating on creators making money. And you see it making a little bit of a comeback now.
Oh my goodness.
Foxy Grandpa says, any advice for those wanting to be an entertainer like Eric? Most of you cannot be Eric. I'm going to be real. Most of you cannot be Eric because most of you do not understand Eric's story. Eric, aka Eric Decker. Eric was a successful photographer, wedding filmmaker. He had a business. Eric had a business. And what Eric did was he took a bunch of money out of his bank account from his business, and he let his employees run his business. And he said, I'm going to give myself a year, and I'm going to take all this money, and I'm going to shoot my shot and blow my load at being a big YouTuber. If you're not making like $100K a year from a business, and you don't have like 5 employees, and you can't poach like 2 of them to help you with your YouTube channel, it's very hard to say you're going to be Eric. Now, what Ryan Trahan did was 2 of his friends did it and like helped him or whatever. And he made some money that he could put into his YouTube channel to like, I want you all to understand something. Like Mr. Beast was legitimately poor and grew a YouTube channel, but the young YouTubers today that are blowing up, they're not poor. These are kids who are living in the suburbs. Their parents make good money, and they themselves probably make good money or come from money. Like, these are not poor kids. Poor kids struggling with working class parents are not blowing up and becoming viral YouTube entertainers like Eric and Ryan Trahan. Mr. Beast did, but he's like an exception. Mr. Beast did it. But I'm being 100% real with y'all. This is the real tea right here. Broke people are not blowing up and becoming famous YouTubers. Now, YouTube Shorts might change that, by the way. But like, broke people are not blowing up on YouTube and doing all this great production value and all this stuff. If you really analyze it, these are kids, good-looking kids that are like, and by kids, I mean like people in their 20s. These are good-looking young people in their 20s that have saved up all of their money, and they have really comfortable lifestyles, and failure means going back to mommy and daddy in the suburbs in a nice posh house if they fail, and then maybe going and work at daddy's company or going and work at the place, like, because mom has a connection at the school and can get you a job. Like, and this is no disrespect to anybody, by the way, but you need to understand that these are not broke people making YouTube videos out of their bedroom like the average consumer, the average person. These are people who can do spectacle content and go to events and travel to make viral videos, and that can spend $1,000 on making a viral video, $2,000, $5,000 on a viral video. Oh, and they take a year and say, okay, I got a year. I'm going to make 50 videos. I'm going to spend $1,000 to $5,000 on a video idea, and I don't have to go to work. I don't have to go to school. So it's people who have all this time freedom to where they can put 20, 30, 40 hours in one video, maybe more, co-op 2 or 3 friends and pay them a few dollars and get 20, 30, 40 hours a week of their labor too. And so you're competing with somebody who between them and their friends can put 80 to 100 hours into one video a week for a year. That's not normal people stuff. That's really different. And you're competing with people who might be able to put $10,000 into growing their YouTube channel, $50,000, $75,000 because they saved up all their money, or they borrowed money from their parents and you don't ever know about it. Or they had a business and they used their business to subsidize their YouTube channel. And Eric Decker used his wedding filmmaker business to subsidize his YouTube channel. And he also had previous experience of understanding YouTube as well. So you have to look into people's backstory and understand that they're not coming out of nowhere, why this is happening and why they're blowing up and why they're doing that. Now, if you want to be an entertainer like Eric, you have to make videos for the culture. Whether you want to be Zealous or Eric or Ryan Trahan, you have to make videos that young people in middle school and high school will want to watch 10 times in a row and will all share with their 20 friends throughout the school day. You need, if you want to be an entertainer like Eric, you need to make the kind of videos that every kid will share in the cafeteria and all of them will be glued to their phones watching 10 of your videos. That's what you have to do to be an entertainer like Eric. And that would be my advice. The problem is doing it at that level will require investment and funding. And you could try to do it with just your smartphone. You can try to do it with just 2 or 3 of your friends that are working for you for free. But at that rate, it's very difficult compared to what these other people's situation was. I think a lot of people do not understand the circumstances that make big YouTubers. And a big part of it is time freedom, not working a regular 9-to-5 job. It's being able to work from home or work weird shifts that give you more time and more freedom, or having parents that take care of you, or being able to take some of your scholarship money or and go behind your parents' back, take your scholarship money, and then be able to invest into your YouTube channel. A lot of creators told me straight up they did that. Like, I do not recommend it, but it's a lot easier if you're taken care of, and failure means you're not going to starve, and failure means that your parents got you, or your husband and wife got you, or your business got you, or you have a really good paying job with a really good paying salary. Like, those circumstances are what people go viral and blow up and everything like that, which is why normal people don't do it. And that's what I think nobody tells you or talks about, is the fact that normal people grind at YouTube because they don't have resources and they don't have time. My advantage, you know what I could grow in 3 years? I keep telling you all, I could grow in 3 years because I was a freelancer. I had more time than everybody. So I could do daily content and I could batch record and upload and edit because I was a freelancer and I could just make my deadlines. And I had my writing gigs and I had my Amazon money and I could do that. And I also lived in North Carolina, cheap. If you make $2,000 a month back in the day, you could live in North Carolina cheap. So
I'm from Arkansas, so I understand.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? I mean, you're a small YouTuber. You've been on the grind. I mean, isn't time freedom the most important thing aside from resources?
Yes, it is. Because a lot of my friends who do what I do, they have like jobs, they have children. I mean, we have a child too, but they have so many responsibilities and they would love to go full time. I'm blessed to be full time. I'm blessed to be retired from the military. Time is such a great thing. And sometimes when I have all this time, I don't want to make videos sometimes because it just, some things just be like the questions I asked earlier about, should I put 3 or 4 videos out a week? I mean, putting 2 videos out is hard. I'm sitting here still trying to put out a video for tomorrow and other stuff is
same.
My goodness.
But it's a lot. It's a lot. So Red Pill News says there's a 2021 guidelines warning prevent Shopify integration. I'm monetized, no active strikes, but I don't see the shop in time. Reach out to YouTube support through the support tab. So what you should do is you should click on this thing here, chat with creator support. And then what it should do is you'll be in the queue and then you can get creator support. So that's how you would do it. And they should be able to help you. Y'all keeping me company on a Sunday afternoon. I'm energized about improving my videos from what's been shared. That's dope. Appreciate you. Let's see. Community tab should be activated at 500 subscribers. We're almost there on this small channel. I'll be telling y'all about this small channel in a minute. We're getting to the last of some of the super chats. I use copyright stuff. Now I have to delete all those old videos to be eligible for memberships, although I'm monetized. Is it worth it? Is YouTube telling you have to delete those things? Because I think you should verify that. And to verify that, I think you need to go ahead and click on the creator support tab up here and verify that. Don't delete things without them telling you to. Do not delete things without YouTube telling you to. The lead attorney, another Atlanta creator, another fellow Black creator. This is excellent information. Thank you so much for sharing all this knowledge. Thank you, lead attorney. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate all the support. Fellow Atlanta creator. We need to collab.
Great.
Yeah, we need to collab. Me and him need to collab. We're both in the Metro Atlanta area. How do you read all that when you have a very small channel with hundreds instead of hundreds of thousands of views? I can show you that, and I will be showing you that here because it's important. We have another super chat to get to. Looking for it. And then we'll show you on a smaller channel that I have that I just started really posting to in August. We posted through all of August and through all of September, every single day at 12 noon. Every single day at 12 noon, we've been posting this channel. So I have real data. And here's the best part. We don't even make YouTube thumbnails for this channel. And it's all carried by the topic and title. So if you want to, like, I'm not even using my advantages as a big YouTuber. And you say, oh, well, what about your name? Any of you instead of me, because I'm not relevant. If you made daily videos and you talked about relevant people or you talked about relevant products, you talked about the new iPhone and you were making daily videos, you'd get more views than me as a new YouTuber. So my name being in titles doesn't do anything. David Hunt says, thanks in advance for any advice. Doing a quiet time piano channel. Want to expand my reach. I'm at 420 subs now after 1.5 years. So I wouldn't worry about the years. Everyone's like, I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing this for 6 years. It's about the number of uploads you've done. It doesn't matter how many years you've done YouTube. What matters is how many uploads you've done. YouTube success happens much more easily if you could do 100 uploads a year. I've seen that for everybody, including Ali Abdaal recently. It's like he didn't grow until he started posting 2 to 3 times a year. Graham Stephan was the same thing. I've seen what happens, and it happened for me. It happened to me is I posted 365 videos in a year and got 100,000 subscribers after struggling and having 20K subscribers. I moved from 20 to 120 because I made 365 videos. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just pointing out that I do not think it's possible for me to have grown that quickly if I didn't just post more. if I didn't just post more. I told y'all to get my subscriber count to 100,000, I had to make 790 videos. I had to make like almost 1,000 videos. I had to make almost 1,000 videos to get 100K subscribers. So I know everyone says quality over quantity, but you're a small YouTuber. How much quality will more time and effort get you? Diminishing returns. You probably, when you're small, will be able to make better quality videos if you make more of them and practice and get better. You'll learn the ropes. You'll have more data. You will get to quality eventually. Quality over quantity, honestly, that's for people who have 100K or more subs. That is exclusively for quality over quantity is for people that have 100,000 subscribers because they know what they're doing at that point and they know what quality is at that point. That's who that's for, in my opinion, and in my experience. Other than that, quantity. And quantity doesn't have to be daily. I think quantity is posting 2 to 3 times a week and not missing a day. Now, there are niches that doesn't work for. But the thing is, Mr. Wright, how many videos do you on average post in a year?
Oh, I say I try to put 2 videos a week. So
you're at 20K, so you're making 100 videos a year.
Yeah. And sometimes I drop a bonus video like every Saturday or Wednesday. That's really
MKBHD told me him and the boys, their goal for YouTube is to always just make the best 100 videos a year they can make.
Mm-hmm.
And it works. So I believe in that. I believe in making 100 videos a year to be the best videos that you can make. And that's how I can do it. Star Wars, the Old Republic Gaming says, by the way, I was introduced to you from Prince from Urban Acolyte and Global Bell Training. Shout out to Prince. Prince is another great creator, another black nerd like us. I really appreciate him. Prince has been rocking with me for years, actually. Roberto the Flamethrower. Yeah. So I think that's all the super chats. Okay. Since all the super chats are done, I can show you the analytics for my small YouTube channel. So this channel, I've only been doing uploads to this channel basically every day since August. So we did this every day in August. We've done it every day in September, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time every day. So if we go to, and you can see we've got 2 weeks ago, we hit 300 subscribers and we're almost to 400 now. And that's in 2 weeks. So we're getting the growth. We've got watch time. I can show you where we are on monetization. We are at almost 500 hours of watch time now, and we are at 370 subscribes. So in a year, this channel will be monetized in a year or less. So let's go to the analytics. So this is the last 28 days, and that's not bad for a small YouTube channel. Do you think that for a small YouTube channel do you think that 10,000 views in a month and 133 subscribers and 200 hours of watch time is a good for 30 days, 28 days?
It looks good, man. I want that.
This is a channel. This is a channel with less than 1,000 subs. This is a channel with less than you'll take it. All right. Less than 1,000 subs. Less than 1,000 subs. Okay. What I want you to see is, all right, here's the last 90 days. We haven't been uploading for 90 days. Here's the last 90 days. What if I told you all of this is YouTube organic traffic and it's not search? It's all YouTube traffic and it's not search.
That's crazy.
It's all YouTube traffic and it's not search, and I can prove it. All of this is from browse, and this is our channel homepage and our own suggested videos, and that's it. That's it. That's all of where the traffic comes from. All of our traffic comes from that. Our age, it's all non-subscribed people, 85% non-subscribed, massive male to female ratio, all older people for the most part, not a lot of youngins, people 25 plus. Boom. Yep. So that's it. Notifications ain't doing nothing for us. It doesn't do anything for us. And so when you look at this and you see this and we go to all videos, here's all of our traffic. So it's all algorithm traffic. Look at this. This is all algorithm traffic. All YouTube homepage traffic. Now, what I need you to look at is the retention rates on all of the videos. The overall retention rate on all these videos, by the way. The individual videos, these all have 55. Look at this. These all have 55 to 75% retention rates. If I go to, I think it's over, maybe it's in content. And maybe it's no. That's,
is it because your videos are really short too? Like
it's partly that, but it's because they have no intro and no outro. There's no fluff. There's no fluff. It's 100% content. So if we go into advanced mode and we go to video retention rates. Let's go to like percentage watch. Let's see. Average percentage viewed. Yeah, APV. Average percentage viewed. Okay, watch this. Average percentage viewed. Every video on this channel has a 55 to 75% retention rate. This is one exception. There's always one. There's one that doesn't. One. Everything is over 50%. See that? 50 videos.
Good.
We have one outlier we have one that got below 50%. One, and it's 43. One. That's it. So we have perfect retention rates for the most part. And these are 1 to 4 minute videos exclusively. We only really upload 1 to 4 minute videos because we're filling that inventory in YouTube in our category, which is another tactic I'm using is, well, what inventory can we fill and make content for? So when you don't have a bunch of subscribers, you can still succeed because look at all these average view durations. Look at all these average view durations, right? And then look at the views. Look at the views in this period of time. In the last 28 days, look at these views. We have a video from August 29th that has 26,000 views and climbing. August 7th, like we have views. In fact,
without any promotion.
No promotion. I don't link to this anywhere. People will say, well, you're promoting it now. I'm not linking to it anywhere. And all the traffic is from YouTube organic. It's from YouTube organic. It's not search. So this is all organic traffic. And look at these views. We have 360 subscribers. And look at these views. Look at these views. The views don't lie.
360 subscribers.
With 360
so
subscribers.
how would you think trying to convert those views over to subscribers then?
Well, it's already happening for us is the thing. The thing is, it's already happening for us because if you look at the views that we got 10K views and we got over 100 subscribers. So guess what? That means that a really good portion of our subscribers, 1%, just like I keep saying the 1% rule, 1% of your viewers can become subscribers. And we keep getting viewers and we keep getting new viewers too. We keep getting people who are, look at this. We get more new viewers, especially over 90 days. We get more new viewers than we do returning viewers. That is acquisition. So then we get all these like new viewers and they turn into subscribers. We get unique viewers, unique humans, and we turn those unique humans to subscribers. Look at as many unique humans we got. We converted a good percentage of those to subscribers. We converted a really strong amount of our unique viewers.
That's mind-boggling right now.
That's the answer. But that's the answer. It's acquisition, retention, conversion. Acquisition, retention, conversion. Acquire new viewership. Retain them on the videos so that they enjoy the experience. And if they enjoy the experience, they convert to subscribers. Acquire new viewers who don't know who you are, don't give a crap, whatever. Acquire new viewers. Retain those new viewers with good quality content. So attract them with high value content. Start with high value content. Start with, I want to reach Dragon Ball people. What's high value to Dragon Ball people? What do they value? And high value is what will get my attention? What am I interested in? What do I care about? My values matter as a viewer. What I value as a viewer. What do I value as a viewer? What does the viewer care about? What does putting the viewer first look like? So if you put the viewer first, that means, okay, high value content first, then high quality content, then be highly consistent. How can you lose if you make high value content, high quality content at a high frequency? How can you possibly lose? There's not a single YouTuber who would be making high value content for one audience on one channel specifically, for one audience. High value, not what you necessarily think is high value, but what the audience proved is high value. So supply and demand. They want this, I supply it, the end. They want this, I supply at the end. Someone who does that and then does it in high quality and then does it in high frequency will win. High value, high quality, high frequency. This is business 101, but artists and YouTubers and creative people don't like to do business. But this is business 101. If I have something that the market has a demand for, and then I make the best product that fills the demand in that category, the best show in that category, the best show in that niche, and then I do that consistently enough over a long enough period of time, how am I going to lose? How am I going to be a failure?
And that goes back to what you were talking about earlier, looking at what videos that brings you the more subscribers. And then also about the mid rolls, placing those, how it is on the old videos, all that kind of stuff is like, is that what you're talking about coming together on that?
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. With this channel, I made my challenge harder on this channel because we let YouTube auto-generate every thumbnail. I design no thumbnails. YouTube picks the thumbnails. So we made it harder on purpose and not using my graphic design skills to prove a point that any small YouTuber can be successful on YouTube, and YouTube's algorithm will not discriminate against them because the algorithm has no reason to favor this channel. And some videos do better than others purely on the titles. The more aggressive our titles are, the better the views are. So watch how aggressive the titles are. YouTubers lie about quality over quantity, which I just told you about, right?
Yep.
The truth about big YouTubers, Roberto Blake. That's a very punchy title. And sorry, variety content is dead on YouTube. Creators will make billions. Why YouTubers don't share information. Best advice for young men in business. Why you can't grow on YouTube. Steal attention from trending topics. Stop trying to get rich quick. Being a YouTuber is 8 jobs all at once. Those are aggressive titles.
You talking about that video, what you were just saying, steal attention from a trending topics. I have a video on that. When Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out with the Cowabunga collection, I was one of the few to have first, and I ain't getting a review copy, but have like the collector's edition. So I made a collector's edition unboxing, but did it a little different, and it's still bringing in a lot of viewers. But I did notice because the video was like 7 minutes long. I don't make as much on that video, but the turnaround, I brought in by over 50 subscribers to that.
Exactly. And you got a bunch of views for it compared to your normal videos because it was trending.
Yeah.
It was rare. Nobody else had it at the time. You know, I used to do really good with tech YouTube content. I got access to the Microsoft Surface Studio, you know, the big old drawing computer, because I went to Adobe Max and all the big YouTubers were waiting for it to be shipped to them to do a review. So the only 2 people that had a video review out were me and iJustine. And I was in the wild and I could show I have the tablet, I'm in the wild and I don't own it. I'm at Adobe and I'm getting to use it.
That's nice. That's
so I was a smaller YouTuber and I got double the views to my subscribers. I had like 100K plus subscribers. I got 250,000 views in a week on that video. And I'd never done that before because I was one of the only 2 people in the market who had a hands-on review.
That's good. That's really good.
And I ended up with 600,000 views on that video total. But I got 250,000 of them in a week.
Wow.
And so I was able to beat big YouTubers because of timing. But guess what? It wasn't an accident because I was at Adobe Max, had my camera gear, so I was prepared, knew the talking points for that product, and I had the confidence to make that video even with noise in the background, people walking around the hall, and I had a good enough microphone, so I was prepared. I took my shot. I had good judgment to know this is a video that could do well for me. I was prepared for the opportunity and I had the confidence to pull it off and to do it. I had the good judgment to do it. You know, like that was the smart thing to do is I recognized an opportunity. I was prepared and I had confidence and I had good judgment and it paid off.
And your title was more important, or was your thumbnail important in that video?
It was both because it was the name of the product, which is a product everyone was curious about and was new product. And then it was my timing and it was my thumbnail showing I have it in my hands. Instead of just putting a product shot, I had it and it showed that I was working on drawing on the tablet.
And that's a good idea too, because like
so it meant it can't be fake.
Yeah, because Apple and Microsoft, they'll let you film in their stores. So that is some good ideas for like people want to go like.
Well, you can beat the embargoes by doing that. You can beat the embargoes because if you're a big YouTuber, you're under embargo for new product releases, but someone can go to the store in person as a tech YouTuber and review the product in the store as long as the store doesn't kick them out.
Yeah.
And they can beat the embargo date because then, well, you're not stuck under an NDA like a big YouTuber is. So small YouTubers can even usurp big YouTubers on timing because of embargoes.
I'm gonna try that with video games.
If you can pull it off, yeah, do it because you'll be the first to review it.
I got some connections at GameStop, but like, hey, can I open this here and see what it can do?
Yeah, do it. Like, and the fact that you're in GameStop will be a different flavor than the other channels, so you have a unique thing on top of it. So again, we did these videos, and again, this is a video from just a couple of days ago. This is from the 7th, 400 views, more views than this channel has subscribers. So again, everyone's caught up on their subscribers and they obsess over their subscribers, but if you get views, subscribers will come as long as they like the videos enough to subscribe. And they're not subscribing necessarily for more content. They're subscribing to support you, and the algorithm will give you more. Now look at this. We put this video out today at noon and it has a 15% click-through rate. It's a 3-minute video and it has a 2-minute, 18-second duration. So it's going to be over 50% retention. It's gonna be over 50%, and it's got it's 48 views, but on a 300 something subscriber channel. So like it's doing what it's supposed to. It's doing, and it's got a high click-through rate. So again, now another thing with your analytics is sometimes what you'll want to do is actually there's this thing called real-time analytics. And the thing is, you can know what is driving views to your channel in the last 48 hours or right now. And then like this kills the myth that, if you upload a new video, YouTube kills off your previous video. I've been uploading for 50 days. For 50 days straight, basically, I've been uploading for 50 days straight. YouTube is not killing off the old videos.
How did you find it again?
In analytics, you go to the right and it says real time, and then you click on see more, and it gives you two things. It gives you the last 60 minutes and it gives you the last 48 hours. And so you can also start setting targets for this. Like you could set a goal, like for, okay, how many views do I want to be getting per hour on average on my channel? Okay, maybe time to promote some more content in the community tab, or maybe make a new upload. Maybe my views are falling off. Time to upload again. Feed the algorithm, feed the audience. Feeding the algorithm is called feeding the audience. It's like people want more content. They want to consume content. If you don't feed them, someone else will. And if people don't believe you can do high quality content and do daily content, it's harder if you're not a full-time YouTuber. But Star Wars Theory is my favorite YouTuber. Star Wars Theory is probably my favorite YouTuber. He has 3 million subs. He posts daily Star Wars videos, and no one would say that he's doing bad quality content. He's doing content that's high value to the Star Wars fans and Star Wars and nerd community. He's doing high quality content, and he's doing it every day.
Wow.
So don't tell me just because Mr. Beast and people post once a month or something that you cannot do quality and quantity and value. It's hard, but that could be a way to win, because no one in your niche might do that. Eventually, I want to do that. Sean from Think Media has like a ton of employees, and they have remote workers, and he's not the only one uploading to Think Media because it's not the Sean Canal show, it's Think Media. Eventually, on one of my other YouTube channels, I want to actually have other hosts, and I want us to post daily. That's a plan in the future. Well, why do you need to make more money? To hire other people, to make more content, to help more people. So eventually, I want to do that. And eventually, I'll be real with y'all. I mean, if people are going to keep complaining and nagging, one day, I could just stop making YouTube help content pretty easily. And I could just go and do what I used to do. Because if I make camera content, I can afford the best Sony cameras and gears. And I could do what my friend Sarah Dici does. And I could do that as a content creator. She's a female creator in tech. I can be one of the black creators in tech tomorrow if I want to. I can go. I made videos and got subscribers and got views. I got hundreds of thousands of views for tech content and tutorials. I could literally make video editing, laptop videos, camera gear videos. Plenty of people want laptops and camera gear as content creators. I can get views and I can do stuff just like my good friend Sarah Dici, just like my friend Marquez Brownlee. I can go and I can make creator videos and just do the hardware and software for creator videos and not tell none of y'all how to grow. I could do that. I probably get more subscribers. There's more people that buy cameras than try to be YouTubers.
And that proves it on my video. One of my highest ranking video on my channel is a video I made 10 years ago about a Canon 7D.
Yeah.
And it's still bringing in.
One of my most popular videos is around budget laptops and camera gear. I got 250,000, 500,000 views on some of these videos. I got like hundreds of thousands of views on camera lens videos. I got hundreds of thousands of views on camera lens videos. If you actually, you know, like I could actually look it up on my channel. So let's go back. So like, but this shows you small YouTubers can make it because I post daily on a small YouTube channel with no external traffic. It's all algorithm traffic, and I proved it. And we don't even edit thumbnails. We don't even edit thumbnails. Now, if we go to
comfortable, I'm sorry. Why are you so comfortable just showing how much you? That's
how much money I make.
Yeah, that's what I admire about you. So you're so confident showing like, hey, this is how much I make a month. Like you're like 2,000. Like, well, I can't wait to get.
Well, I show people that I make more than that because like I didn't upload for a month and I made 2,000 because I focused on the book.
Mm-hmm.
And in book sales, while I focused on the book, I did 3,000 on the book sales while I wasn't doing YouTube content. So I made more money on my book than I did on the YouTube content for this month. That won't be true probably next month though. Okay. But I made more money on brand deals than any of that. I make over 100K a year in brand deals. Wow. I don't care. I can't disclose the official brand deals individually as the numbers of what every brand paid me. But I'm upfront and I'm honest, and people have seen my media kit. So people have an idea of kind of what I used to charge in 2019, 2020 anyway, because my media kit is out in the public and I've done interviews about my media kit. Business Insider wrote articles and showed everyone my media kit because I let them. My media kit is out there from 2019, 2020 when I had 400K subs. So you know what I used to charge when I had 400K subs. So anyone can go ahead and use that for pricing. And I put that out there so small YouTubers realize that like how much YouTubers can make on brand deals, and even big YouTubers. I wanted my friends to know that they're underpricing their brand deals because they all get more views than me and they all charge less money. What I leverage with brands is not my views. I leverage other things that they want in KPIs, and I talk to the brand about what is their goal, and I can charge money because I understand brands because I was a marketing manager. I still have friends in corporate America. I have friends at companies that do influencer marketing. I don't work necessarily with them because they're in a different niche than me. A lot of them are in the lifestyle niche or in beauty or in something else, but I talk to them. My network is more important to my success at this stage in my career than anything else. Before, it was my software experience, my confidence, and my consistency that was the most important factors of my success because I didn't have resources. All I had was software experience, but that was enough because not everyone knew Photoshop and video editing. And then I showed up every day. So I had software experience and I had time freedom and I had my corporate experience. That was my thing. Experience and time freedom and a little bit of resources was all I needed. That was my advantage. Today, you might need more because the landscape is more competitive. I didn't have a network. I didn't have support aside from my family. You know, my friends weren't even fully supporting me, but especially them, but they weren't working against me either. But what I will say is after 100,000 subscribers, the most important thing was me beginning to network. After I got 100,000 subscribers, I started networking because I built it by myself and now I had confidence. So now I realized, you know what? It was hard to get here alone. I can't go the rest of the way by myself. Now, what I wanted to do before the pandemic was I wanted to hire more people because I only have, I only have my sisters and Andy work for me. My sisters and Andy work for me. And my brother sometimes will help me. My younger brother will sometimes help me with, carrying a camera or doing something or helping me put together a setup, whatever, right? So my family helps me and I support my family. I pay my family to help me and I pay Andy. She's my only actual staff member right now. We were looking to hire more, but the pandemic happened. So the pandemic meant I could, because aside from Andy, I only want to hire local hires. I only want to hire people here in Atlanta now. My friend Jason was going to work with me, but the pandemic happened and then he got a full-time job. So my friend Jason was going to be hired. So I was going to work with Jason and Andy and my family and one other person. And then the pandemic happened. So that squashed all those plans to have people help me. And then I suffered through the pandemic and I barely uploaded. I only uploaded just enough during the pandemic. I cut my uploads down by 75% during the pandemic and I got depressed. So I didn't have more help to work on all this stuff. I didn't have the number of uploads to give me momentum. What I did have was the support of my network, though, and I had the support of my sponsors, and I had the support of my other people, and they helped get me through it. And what I will tell you is, as a small YouTuber, once you want to start growing, aside from your knowledge and your experience and needing the knowledge, the experience, and the actions, the executions, and the confidence and the work, you then need to start thinking about how to build a team, and you need to start thinking about your network. And a network and a team will do more for people than anything else. A network and a team, but it doesn't help if you have crap. If you have crap, a network and a team can't do anything. But a network and a team is more valuable. And it can't just be, oh, I have YouTuber friends. Oh, I have friends that I complain about YouTube with together. No, you have to have an actual team behind your content or your business. I have a team for my business, but I need a team for my content. I need a team for my content because what I need and what I'm working on is I need people to be clipping the podcast and the live streams to make shorts eventually, and clips, shows. Eventually, so we have 4 monetized channels. Eventually, what I need is I need a co-host here in Atlanta for the podcast. Eventually, is I need a co-host here, and that will change the dynamic. And then we have something closer like what Colin and Samir have. So I need a co-host, right? So I'm looking at that. Whether it's a staff member or a YouTube collaborator, I need a co-host locally. But until that, I'm holding it down by myself. But if I have a co-host, then that changes everything. If I have a co-host, if it gets to a point with the podcast where I can have a co-host, or I could even have someone on my staff, I could do what Think Media does, and I could have other people besides me host the podcast even remotely. So that could be interesting too, if the trust is there.
Yeah, just building that network.
The trust in the network, yeah.
The trust is the big thing. The trust is a big thing.
Oh, trust is harder than talent. It's hard enough to find talented people. Talented people you can trust is a different thing. That's where your team, hiring for your team, you have to have talent and trust. And you can train everything else. And so and you can give them tools, talent, trust, tools, training, time, so that matters. And then with your network, you absolutely have to have trust in your network. So nothing happens without it. And that's harder than people think to come by. That's the real challenge to growing to higher and higher levels. And that's the secret of success. The secret of success is not doing it alone. And a lot of people see big people getting bigger than them, and they don't realize, well, their family's behind them. And if your family's not behind you and their family's behind them, maybe they are going to be bigger than you, and they're going to be more consistent than you. Maybe they're going to be more motivated. Maybe they're going to have more money and resources. Maybe they're going to have more free time. Maybe they're going to have more security, and then they can take more risk. People who have their family behind them can take risks that people who don't have their family behind them can't. And that's true in business, and it's true on YouTube. If a small YouTuber wanted to blow up and make viral content, and they knew that failure meant that they will be homeless, they won't take risk. But if a small YouTuber is trying to blow up and they go balls to the wall and they blow their bank account, and they know at the end of the day that mommy and daddy have them, or that their husband and wife has them, they can take those risks. They won't necessarily succeed, but they can take bigger risk and get bigger rewards than someone who doesn't have that luxury.
Yeah.
So there is a component of not knowing what you don't know, and especially not knowing, well, who is behind someone's success. Some of these big YouTubers y'all don't know, they have coaches. They're all going to Vid Summit. All the big YouTubers that you all love and fawn over, they don't do this stuff themselves. They're going to Vid Summit. They're taking their team to Vid Summit, or they're sending their team to Vid Summit. And they're going to be, despite the fact they have 10 million subscribers, they're not going to turn up their nose. They're going to take 10 notes in a lecture hall. They're going to take 10 pages of notes in an extra lecture hall while you're out here struggling and won't even watch free content, or you don't think coaches can help you or anything like that, or you think everything's a scam. The biggest YouTubers, then why do the biggest YouTubers in the world all go to Vid Summit? All go to Vid Summit. Why do people with 1 million and 10 million subscribers and 500,000 and 100,000, why do we all pay $1,000 for a ticket and pay $1,000 for the hotel stay? And why do we all take a week off from our work to go to Vid Summit?
I'll be there next year.
Because we're there networking, collaborating, pouring over our analytics and data. Even a lot of your favorite YouTubers who keep speaking about how lucky they are, I'm there with them where we're all over somebody's laptop pouring over analytics for 3 hours. We're all looking at somebody else with 50 million subs and going over their analytics at the bar. And we're all sitting there asking questions and taking notes. And then what they'll do is they'll go back to regular viewers and tell them, oh, I got lucky. And it's like, You might be very fortunate. You might be very blessed, but you're where you are because of the people in your network. You're where you are because you have a team behind you. Those are things that are not bestowed by luck. You have unfair advantages. And that's not luck and it's not privilege. I'm saying unfair by margin of how ridiculously the gap is. It seems unfair, but you have these advantages. What I say is unfair is it's unfair that people do not know the real gap between them and someone else isn't luck. It's that they have a team and you don't. They have time freedom and you don't. They have family support and you don't. They have a network and you don't. They have cash reserves and you don't. And they have experience and you don't. And if people knew that, they wouldn't be talking about luck and they wouldn't be talking about random algorithm BS. They would realize this is what happens when you work alone versus when people are collaborating and networking and working as a team. And you can't beat someone with a team as a solo player 99% of the time. And while we're out here doing stuff alone, other people are building teams and tribes and networks, and they're getting it done because of that. Because like 10 people can outwork one person. It's just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the most successful videos for me of all time, first of all, my most successful video of all time, 1.4 mil, it's not a YouTube help video. My second video is, but then here it is. Here's Microsoft Surface Studio. Here's background music in Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro tutorials are my bread and butter. Here is small businesses you can start at home. Yes, here's another YouTube help video. Here's another one. Here's another one about portfolio. Yes, another YouTube help video. Here's a video about laptops. Here's another laptop review video. So you can see, if I wanted to, I could just do video editing and laptop reviews, tutorials, business advice, e-commerce, and camera gear, and be just as successful on YouTube without YouTube help advice. Freelancing, like I have maybe close to 100 videos now that have over 100,000 views on them. And look at this. Most of this is tech and business and not even all YouTube related. Look at this video, 150,000 views on it, and it's camera lens video. It's a camera lens video.
Hey,
here's an interview. Like it's, so like you can find what grows your channel. And thing is, what people think grows your channel isn't always what grows your channel. And there's such thing as evergreen content. To evergreen content, search content, people sleep on it, and search content can grow a channel forever, even without new uploads.
Hey man, I really appreciate everything. Thank you for inviting me on. I'm gonna have to go because I got to get some videos prepared. I got to cook and I got to do some stuff. But thank you so much. And anybody who's watching this, I'm telling you, all this free content works. It worked for me. I'm telling you guys. I took it from so many different people. Take it, make it your own. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard. You're small company, but don't give up because you don't know. You're one video away from this going from like shooting up. And if you have any trouble, anything, like reach out to me. I can give you my advice that I made. I don't say I'm not made it to where I want to be, but I'm still always striving to be better than I am tomorrow. You get better one video at a time. I don't watch nobody else in my genre because I don't want to be polluted, or I ain't so polluted. Just I don't want to be like, I don't want to look what somebody's doing. Like I want to do this, and I'm doing what I need.
You don't want them to influence you. You want to do.
Yeah, I want to influence myself, but also too, I want to just get stuff outside of my genre or your genre and just work at it and build your audience. Roberto, you've been great. I mean, all you guys are amazing. Yeah,
I'm happy to have you back on the stream. And like I said, I want to work with you on doing some more that we can do to help some of the, geek culture and Black nerd YouTubers in our community. And so I want to get with you about that.
I'll send you my information. I DM you my number and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and if we can go to DreamCon, that'd be dope. Like DreamCon in 2023 is going to be lit. I've always wanted to go.
Man, and I'm here in Dallas, so it's like 4 hours away.
Yeah. Texas isn't that far from New York, so it's like a 2-hour flight for me. So that's not a big deal. I'm happy to go to that. I might go to RTX too, to Rooster Teeth's thing. I might go to RTX. I have some friends who work at Rooster Teeth, so I might go to that.
Nice. Well, let me get out here, guys. Y'all take care of everything, and like I always say, always do it the right way, y'all. Y'all take care.
Appreciate you, Mr. Wright. So Mr. Wright is out. We're gonna wrap up here pretty shortly, and Yeah, thank you, Clover Tech. Roberto always explains while he is showing his revenue, which puts it into perspective. Too many just show off, and that creates the wrong perceptions for new creators. Respect for Roberto. Absolutely. Yeah, I try to put it in perspective of there's a reason and a method to the madness. There's a method to the madness, and there's a method to this monetization thing. And that's why I'm making videos about monetization. I'm trying to cover as many of the monetization methods for creators as I can so that y'all can actually start making more money. I want y'all to make more money. And the thing is, the more of you that are successful, I'm going to tell you something before I go. And we showed you some analytics stuff. I want to tell you all something before we go with the next couple of minutes here. Here's the value I get out of you being successful. Number one, if y'all are successful, then that means there's one more successful person in my network. Don't you understand from everything I've said how powerful one more successful person in my network is? If I help someone become successful and they get to 1 million subscribers and I'm still not 1 million subscribers, don't you think that they're going to help me and look out for me later if I help someone get to 1 million subscribers? If I help someone get a silver play button, don't you think they're going to help me and they're going to look out for me? And don't you think they're going to share information with me because I was generous with them? And then if someone goes from like 0 to 100,000, they stop just being a fan of my community. They become a peer in my community. I'm more helped by the more YouTubers that become successful, that become part of my peer group, my network, my friend group, and my inner circle. And so sometimes you can't make friends out in the community. A lot of you probably understand this. Sometimes you can't make friends out in the community by yourself. But if you help people and they get up to your level as a peer and they respect you, then there's mutual respect. And then maybe from that mutual respect, maybe you build a bond and then you build a friendship. And now maybe you're not just collaborators or business partners. Maybe you become genuine friends. That happened with me and Pat Flynn. That happened with me and Chris Doe. That happened with me and Sarah Dici. That happened with me and Viper. That happened with me and a lot of the creators in my community that are successful. So now there are some creators who have left their YouTube channel that have quit that I helped grow, and then they got jobs in the industry. And so now they work at YouTube, or they work at Twitter, or they work at another company. They work at a company that might want to sponsor me. So all of a sudden, by building people and helping them, they can reciprocate and they will help you later. And then all of a sudden, your friend that you helped is another creator that says, hey, I got a brand deal and I'm recommending you to the company for the same brand deal. Do you know how many times that's happened for me? I have a lot of my best brand deals because my friends recommended me to the company and said, you should tap into Roberto too. So they got a bag and then they said, hey, I'm going to get Roberto a bag too. I reached out and I told people, hey, you should work with Sarah Dici. Hey, you should work with Nick Nimmin. Hey, you should send over some free product to Travis. Hey, you should send some free product to Viper. You should send some free product to this person. Hey, you should take a look at what Jeff is doing over at Hefe Reviews. He'd be a great ambassador for the brand, blah, 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 blah. I've helped people transition to being employees in creator economy companies and creator economy startups. They get a job. I have someone now that is in a great position to help me with introducing me to more people, adding to my value, adding to my network, reciprocal relationships. And it's not all purely transactional. You do it because you like people and you trust them and you know that they won't make you look bad. Know, like, and trust. But a lot of people that are artists and starving artists feel that all of these things are businessy and scummy and for suits, when this is how people get through the world is they do it as a result of building good relationships and building good reputations. And so I would not necessarily be where I am without people to have my back. I would still be at 100K subscribers and nothing more. I would be at 100K subscribers and nothing more. Or maybe if I didn't have the love and support of my immediate family who believed in me when no one else did, maybe I wouldn't have had that because maybe I would have given up when it got hard. But I had emotional support from my family. And that helps a lot. Some people don't have that. And so some people will struggle more and will be demotivated. I then built a network of people who had more information than me and could help me. And so they helped me and we shared information with each other. We filled in each other's gaps. Mr. Beast talks about it all the time. And so then I had a group of people who we were sharing information. And so we all shared information, shared resources. And we didn't compete with each other. We collaborated instead. We collabed instead of competed, and then we all grew together. And so we did that instead of working against each other. Then we helped each other grow our businesses by supporting each other's growth with products, supporting each other's products, recommending each other for brand deals, recommending each other to other people to add to the network, add to the value. And we kept doing this over and over and over again. And all of our success grew. A high tide raises all ships. So if you want the real secrets to success, a lot of it comes down to not just knowing someone in a position of power. It comes from elevating people within your own community, working with each other, having each other's back. Look, there's nothing in it. Like, I do not make content in the geek culture and Black nerd space in YouTube, but I constantly help and network and DM with creators in that niche because I know those people and they're friends of mine, and I don't mind helping them out from time to time. And the thing is, they look out for me in other ways. And so you can do that with each other when you have trust and you have loyalty and you value each other and you respect each other and you are working together instead of against each other. That's how creators thrive. And that's how you build real communities. And those communities niche down into, now you know who to hire for your team. Now you know who to network with. I got my book designer for the cover of my book because of my friend Dale Roberts. My friend Dale Roberts recommended Marco over in Fiverr. And because Dale recommended Marco, I trusted Marco, and Marco didn't let me down. Marco got $1,400 and a new customer who wants to work with him again. Dale now knows that, hey, he has another success where he can say, I helped another self-published author become a bestseller. I helped another self-published author get a good book cover design, and here it is. Dale's reputation in the self-publishing niche is increased by my success as a self-publishing author. Marco gets another client. I get a great book. So 3 people. Oh, and then there's my editor, River Chow. River gets another byline because she's quoted as the editor and listed as the editor in Amazon for a best-selling book. Now she's the editor of a bestseller book. I've referred her to 5 different people for books. 2 of them are already working with her. So she got 2 new clients. She got money in her pocket. She got more credibility. And the thing is, I met River through Viper. I met River through my friend Viper, a small YouTuber. I met River because of his clubhouse rooms for content creators. And that's how I met River. And River herself is an accomplished writer, and she also works for a publishing house, which means that if I decide to not self-publish, I now have a contact at a publishing house if I want a book deal. If I want a book deal, I have a friend who works at a publishing house. A small YouTuber with 1,000 times less subscribers than me did that for me. That's the power of a network. That's the power of your friends having your back. And so River did great work for me. So look at the network. Look at the network effects. These are the fingerprints of success. And this is what people don't tell you. What people don't tell you is they don't tell you how much money they make. I do. They don't tell you how they make their money. I do. They don't tell you why you're doing it. I do. And they don't tell you who supports them, who's on their team. I tell you who's on my team. They'll be featured in videos later when they're more comfortable on camera. I don't want to put anyone on the spot and put them on camera if they don't want to be on camera. Andy and me are working that out. I think she'll be on camera soon. You have to know, like some of y'all don't even know if a YouTuber has a team. You don't even know if a YouTuber has a team. And then you damn sure don't know who's in their network. You don't know who has their back. You don't know how they're getting what they're getting. They're getting what they're getting because they have a network that you don't have access to. And they get that network through their connections in real life a lot of times, one way or another. A big part of it is going to creator events. That cost money. So yes, it does exclude you if you don't have the money to do that. That's why you save up the money and you do those things. Or you volunteer and then get to the events and get to the conferences. When I first started, I volunteered for conferences. I volunteered, and also my writing got me to speak at conferences, and then I became a speaker, and then I used my speaker access. I don't get paid to speak most of the time, y'all. I speak for free because why? I spend money out of my own pocket. Sometimes most of these events don't cover my flight, don't cover my hotel. Half of them do. Half of the events cover my flight and hotel. 25% of them pay me. And I use the money from the 25% that pay me to cover the expense of the rest that don't. And why do I go to events? To build my network. To build my network. That's why I go to events. That's why I pay out of pocket for it. And then when I get paid, I don't put the money in my pocket. I put it toward paying off going to the other events. That's why I do it. That's why I run up my American Express Delta Traveler's Card. Is I build my network by doing that, and I put it on my American Express Traveler's Card. And so that's how I do it. And I don't mind telling you that. This is the truth. The truth is I'm where I am because I have a great network, I have a great team, and I have a great family, and then my own individual work on top of all of that. That's how I'm successful. You don't do it alone, but it does get lonely and it does come down to you most of the time. You can't be a trash person and have a good network, be a good leader, have a good team, and you probably won't have the support of your family if you're a trash person. Now, again, if you don't have the support of your family, it's not because you're a trash person, by the way. Sometimes you just, have people in your life that don't value you enough and don't respect you. And sometimes that's bad. And that's why it's important. That's why it's important to get around people who support you and get around people who believe in you. And that's important to do. It matters that much because those people will make a difference in your life in a meaningful way. So you have to do that. And you have to put yourself in that position. Absolutely right, Clover Tech. You have to put yourself in the position. You have to put yourself in the position. It's like, and again, a lot of you do not know how many YouTubers focus on networking specifically, and that's why they are where they are. And yes, you can't just watch free content. You have to actually apply it. 100%. You have to actually apply it. Should you still look at a separate shorts channel? I want to, but I'm just waiting for shorts to stabilize. But I will tell you there is something coming up to where it will incentivize more creators to do shorts on their normal channel. There will be a reason to do shorts on your normal channel very soon. I think some people should do it on a separate channel and some people should do it on their main channel. If you're a small YouTuber, if you're under, let me put it like this. If you're under 10,000 subscribers, you can make shorts on your main channel if you're under 10,000 subscribers. If you're under 10,000 subscribers, you have nothing to lose making shorts on your main YouTube channel. You have nothing to lose. If you're over 50 or 100,000 subscribers, maybe you don't want to do it on your main channel yet. Maybe if you're a bigger YouTuber at 50 to 100K, maybe you don't want to do shorts on your main channel yet. But if you're under that, you have nothing to lose by doing shorts on your channel once in a while and seeing how they work out for you. Yes, just take what I'm saying and apply it and work on your own goals and focus internally. Absolutely. Don't look at what other people are doing. Most people, they fall victim to envy, ego, and insecurity. Those are three people. Those are the three amigos that you don't want at your door. You don't want the three amigos, envy, insecurity, and ego knocking at your door every minute. You don't want those dudes renting in your head rent free. You don't want those dudes living in your head rent free. Evict them. But I'm telling y'all, you need to understand the importance of having a team lets you outwork other people. Having a team lets you outwork other people. Having a network means you have the ability for you and your team to then have more opportunities than people who don't have the network and to know things they can't know and to have people looking out for all of your blind spots, around the way. And so the easiest way for me to get more of my goals in life is not necessarily, people buying a $99 product. That's not the easiest way for me to get my goals in life. My easiest way to get to my goals in life is for people to network with me, to get me access to things that won't even be public. And I'll give you a primary example. What do you think is going to make me rich? Selling a $99 product or the fact that I'm one of the only people that gets to invest $10,000 in a creator economy startup as an angel investor? What do you think makes me richer? Selling a $99 product or being an angel investor? Which one makes me richer? Which one do you think long-term will make me rich? Investing in a startup that nobody even knows about, is not publicly traded yet. What do you think makes me the most money? Getting $99 from selling products to people or having the opportunity to invest $10,000 and get an equity grant from an advisory equity grant and then end up with $20,000 worth of stock in a company that nobody even knows about yet. Let me think. Which one of those do you think makes me more successful long term? Right. What do you think makes me more money? $99 products or a friend getting me a $50,000 a year brand deal contract? What do you think makes me more money? Right. But I don't expect somebody not in that position to fully grasp that concept. I don't expect somebody that is 18 to 20 years younger than me, potentially, or 15 years younger than me to grasp that concept that doesn't know any of this. I don't necessarily expect people to grasp all of this, but this is the way. This is how it works. Clover has an interesting story. Clover says, I helped a creator out, but he blew past me, meaning he grew bigger than me. He called me the other day and he said he recommended me for a brand deal next month with a company he snagged. So yeah, it makes a huge difference. Facts, facts, facts. So again, what am I out here doing? I'm out here building a team, building a network, and building a community and building people up. That's why I will not make negative videos about other people and I'll just keep it moving. You understand? I will make my videos and my content and focus on making content for my community. Here, speaking of it, Gideon Shalwick. This is one of the OG YouTube coaches. This is one of the only old school YouTube advice channels. It was Gideon Shalwick, David Walsh, Daryl Eves, Tim Schmoyer, and me back in the day. How you doing, Gideon? It's good to see you, man. It's been forever. So yeah, like Gideon Shalwick is one of the OG YouTube help channels, one of the first ones in the space with a tremendous marketing background. Yeah, having a network matters. Queen Tarot V says, Roberto, your old videos pop up and you've come a long way. I'm super proud of you and you seem genuinely helpful. I try to be to the best of my ability and I try to make sure people understand that I'm grateful for what I have and that I wouldn't be here without my network, my team, my family, and my community. I would not be here. No one gets anywhere in this business. No one gets anywhere in this business without some combination of their community having their back, their family having their back, their team having their back, the network having their back. Everybody needs those things to some extent, or some combination of them. When you're niche down for fighting game channel, would you recommend niching down to a certain title or niche down to a certain genre? It depends on your goal. I like gaming content is hard because the culture changes too quickly. I don't feel I have the best advice for gaming channels at this point beyond the basics. Beyond the basics, I don't want to really give gaming advice channels. What I want to do is I want to do a panel. I want to do a panel with my friend Bijou Mike. He has 3 million subs. I want to do a panel with Creek Craft. He has millions of subs. I want to do a panel with my friend A Drive. He just hit 1 million subs. I could do a panel with Wolfie. Wolfie has, I think, 600,000 subs and he has a world record. I would rather just do a panel with 3 of my friends who do YouTube gaming or 2 of my friends who do YouTube gaming if I was going to give you gaming advice, because I just don't feel that gaming is so unique of a culture and I'm a gamer, but it's so fickle that my advice will not work for you because my advice for gaming is I would not make gaming videos. I would make videos for gaming fans, but that won't work for you. That's not what you want to do. What you want to do as a YouTube gamer is not my advice for growing a gaming channel. I've helped grow gaming channels to 100K and to 1 million K, but what I would do will not work for you because I do not think it's what you want to do. Back in the day, I was a fighting game tournament player. I played Tekken, DOA, Street Fighter, Third Strike, specifically, Capcom versus Marvel, and God, what was the other one? I think it was like Chaos. It was like kind of an Evo. It was like, because you could play as like Mega Man and Zero against, but not, it wasn't Capcom versus Marvel, but it was something else. And I forget, it was arcade style and everything like that. And I used to specifically, I could play controller, but I used to play sticks a lot. So I had custom sticks back in the day. So I was a tournament level. I also played Smash. I was a tournament level fighting game player, not a champion, but I was a tournament level fighting game player back in the day. And I was pretty good. I could get to like top 8, final 4, but I was never a champion. I think that I don't think that for a fighting game channel that my advice would work for you, because I would actually probably make videos explaining the easiest way to do like combos and juggles and infinite combos, or to do special moves, or or what cheat codes exist in the games, or what Easter eggs exist in those fighting games, or how to glitch those fighting games, is the things I would be making videos about if I was in that niche, because that's the things I and my friends used to watch and would care about, and that we would share with other people. And I would also be making tier list for the fighters, like based on tournament tier list and things like that. And I would also be making stuff like that. And I would also probably be doing challenge videos around those fighting games. But I do not think that's what you want to do or what you want to be making. But that's how I would be doing it, because that's what I know coming from the tournament and Evo space. So that's how I would be doing it as a video game channel and as a fighting game channel specifically. But I do not think that's the content you want to make. And I don't know if that works for your personality. But that is the content I would have liked to have made if I was doing that back then. But again, I don't really want to give gaming advice as much as I would rather let my friends that have millions of subscribers in the gaming niche that I've helped, because my advice worked for them because I did a one-on-one with them. So I could talk to them and about their content. That's what helps me help creators, is when I can talk to them. Just looking at their channel, sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, but talking to them helps a lot. Stylus Raven, I've tried networking with creators, but it's very difficult. It's easier if you go to in-person events. I'm an introvert, so I had to buy a book I literally had to buy a book to learn how to network. I'm not even joking. So I bought a book from my friend Tyler Wagner. See, value of friends, value of networking. I bought a book from my friend Tyler Wagner. And my friend Tyler Wagner, he wrote a book called Conference Crushing. I think the audiobook is $3 or something like that on Amazon. He wrote a book called Conference Crushing. So I read and listened to Tyler's book and followed it to a T and gave myself flashcards. And then I took myself to these events when I was starting out. And I used flashcards and Tyler's book the entire time I was at events. And I used that to build my network and to talk to people, because I'm an introvert and I'm not good at it naturally. I became good at it later. But again, I used a book. Oh, don't buy anything. You can do everything for free. I bought a book that taught me how to network better. And then I put it into practice and I used it at every single event. And I made myself flashcards and I went to the event and I practiced what was in the book Conference Crushing by Tyler Wagner. It's Conference Crushing by Tyler Wagner. And I went through that and I used notes on it and I made flashcards and I executed it. And then my introverted tail was able to build a network. And so I worked on that from 2015 to 2017, I believe, 2015 through 2017. And I got really good at networking by 2018, 2019, before the pandemic. And it made me more powerful and it made me more connected and it made me more confident in myself. And I read a book for that I bought, and everyone wants to whine about buying books and call everything a scam. And I literally wouldn't have a network if it wasn't for reading Tyler's book, because I was too introverted to do it on my own. So I ultimately benefited from those in real life relationships and from finding skills I didn't have from people who did. And so that helped me. So, that's what helped me the most, is I benefited from learning from other people, mentors, and then my network. Sewing Report, you have over 100K subs. Again, congrats on that once again. Looking to 1 million, what would you say is different for creators on the leg to that journey? Well, the thing is, I would argue that every 250,000 after 100,000, getting to 250,000, you could almost replicate what you were doing up to 100,000, be consistent and get to 250,000. But after 250,000, if you don't change up something a little bit, you would stagnate. And the thing is, it's been rougher for me getting from 500,000 to go up. But I know at this point, it's really volume. And it's also like, if I were more ruthless with my content and I only made videos that I know are on topics that will perform and I experimented a little less, if I experimented less and I made videos I was certain of more and I made nothing but videos I was certain of, and if I uploaded 3 times a week and never missed a week, I know that if I'd done that during the pandemic, I'd be close to 1 million subscribers. So I have to look at your channel sewing report, but what I will say, the road and what's different with to get to 1 million subscribers is the easiest way to get to 1 million subscribers is you need more videos that have over 1 million views. Channels I see that have 1 million subscribers typically have multiple videos that are over 1 million views. Most of my friends who have 1 million subscribers, they had 10 videos or more that have 1 million views. And why do I say that? Because once you have 100 once you have 100 million views, you probably have 1 million subscribers. That's number one. But if you have a couple of concentrated videos that went kind of viral and you have 10 million views that came from 10 videos, instead of converting 1% of those people, those big viral videos that get millions of views will convert more than 1% of people. So from a 1 million view video, you might expect, oh, I'll get 1,000 subscribers from that. But no, if you get a 1 million view video, it's possible with a 1 million view video to get 5,000 to 10,000 new subscribers from or more from a 1 million view video. It's possible to even get 20 or 50,000 new subscribers from a 1 million view video. So if you have a 1 million view video and you get 10 videos, if you get 10 new videos that have 1 million views, and let's say each of those 10 videos got you, let's say you got 10 videos that got you each 10,000 new subscribers each, you'd get 100,000 more out of that. But let's say you got 25,000. Well, you'd have 250,000 new subscribers out of that. So depending on where you are, that ends up being largely your answer is, well, what will get me that? Now, without that, if you just make more videos, and let's say you make 100 videos a year, but you only make videos that can get you 1,000 to 3,000 new subscribers because you went into your analytics, and you only make 100 videos a year, then of course you're going to get 100,000 new subscribers off that content, plus what you were getting off the momentum. So then that's how you can get another 100,000, another 100,000. So then you can get 250,000 based on momentum in the second year. And then in the third year, you get more. And then all of a sudden, because again, I figured out that I can, because I did for several years. There were several years before the pandemic. Before the pandemic derailed my channel. Before the pandemic, and before I moved the first, well, not the first time, but the second time in 2019, and that took up a lot of my energy. Between those things, if I had been consistent in uploading 100, 150 videos a year, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, then the channel would have grown by 100,000 subscribers each and every one of those years. And if the channel had grown by 100,000 subscribers each and every one of those years, I'd be at 800,000 subscribers now. And if I was at 800,000 subscribers now, all I would need is 1 or 2 more years to get to 1 million subscribers. So for me, my fall off was I didn't make enough content consistently through the pandemic. If I had made 3 videos a week during the pandemic, I'd be at 1 million subscribers or pretty close to it. That was my fault. That was my fault. I will take my L. And then no one would be criticizing. Well, no, people would still criticize my advice, even if I had a gold play button. But that's okay. That's okay. Because like maybe the 1 year after I get a gold play, maybe 1 year after I get a gold play button, maybe at that point, I just don't, give anything but one-on-one advice anymore. I don't know. I think about it sometimes. Sometimes I think about it. Sometimes there's other videos I would want to make, and I know I can go and do well in other video categories in tech and business. I would never stop talking about the creator economy, but I don't know that in the future, after 2026 or so, whenever I turn like 40 or 42, I might not make beginner YouTube videos anymore. If anything, I might make only videos for full-time YouTubers at that point, but that's a maybe. I'll see how I feel, and I'll see how much whining and complaining people want to do about it, and then I'll make up my mind if I'm feeling it anymore, because if I'm not feeling it anymore, I won't do it. Just like there was a point where I was like, I felt like I had everything I had to say about graphic design videos and my career as a designer, and I moved on from that content because I felt I said everything I needed to at the time. There could come a time in the future where I feel I've said everything specifically about growing the beginnings of a YouTube channel, and then I only talk about what it is to be a full-time content creator. There could be a time in the distant to near future to where that becomes how I go about it. I'll still talk about things like monetization updates, obviously. I'll talk about any YouTube news, but I might not make beginner content 2 years from now. That's a distinct possibility that in 2025, I will have said everything I think I had to say to new content creators just starting unless something changes. Because at this point, all I do is get crapped on for it. So what's the point? Like, if that's the case, I can talk to full-time content creators, build my network. That's what helps me the most. But I do want to help small and new YouTubers. But I've also made a lot of content for small and new YouTubers. And so maybe the content I've made on that subject is enough. I don't know. I'll see how I feel about it. But I would say that getting to 1 million, I'm on the journey to 1 million. I've talked to Sean about this. I've talked to Chris Doe about this. I've talked to a lot of my friends who have 1 million to 10 million subscribers. I asked a creator friend of mine, he has over 50 million subscribers. I asked him about what it takes to get to 1 million subscribers. What I found is everyone I know except for Sean, has made like 2,000 to 3,000 videos to get to 1 million subscribers. So I think that it could be volume. It could be volume over time too, but it could also be focusing on making videos that get over 1 million views that then get you more subscribers and build you up and build your attention funnel. So that could do it too. So my thoughts around getting 1 million subscribers are basically that. It's a good question though. Yeah. Do you make more money from lives versus videos? It depends on the videos. Some videos make much more. And then sometimes lives do, depending on the super chats. Like when Lead Attorney comes through, it's dicey because then I might make more money. But yeah. What's my advice for people under 10K on YouTube? If you're under 10K on YouTube, my advice is to upload as often as you can, improving the quality every single step of the way. That'd be my advice. But listen, I've got to run. It's been great. I have to eat. I'm starving, but this has been a tremendous stream. I appreciate all of you. Thank you to all the super chats. Thank you to everyone who bought the book. Thank you to everybody who's come through and asked great questions. Thank you to everybody who supported the book, bought the book. Link is in the description. Thank you to everybody who has just been with me along the way. Stay awesome. I'll catch you next time. Take care.